Right, guys, welcome to this last stream here on the channel today. It is the Springboks up against Wales in the second test, and we're looking forward to a phenomenal game between the two sides. I can't wait for it because we've got a very, very good side. I even forgot to put this side up on the channel, so let's quickly get the Springbok side and the Wales side ready for you guys to view as well. We've had some exciting rugby during the course of the day so far, with Ireland beating New Zealand and then England beating Australia as well. So will we see another Northern Hemisphere victory here today for Wales as well? Their confidence must have climbed quite a bit from the start of this morning. So hopefully we will see a very good game from Wales again today. There were lots of rubbish talk during the week about South Africa disrespecting Wales by selecting a totally different side. I think this is a brilliant move from Jacques Nienaber and Rassie Erasmus to get this team up and give the young guys a chance. And really, maybe we'll find a gem between one or two of these players and will be vital at the World Cup next year. We never know. But we will run through the team lineup in just a small bit. I'm just quickly getting the teams up on the channel as well for us. But really looking forward to this game. And I'm thinking South Africa could do what we expected them to do last week by winning by 20 points plus today. But you never know. Like I said, this is test match rugby. It is now the second test of the season, but you can almost argue and say that this is the first run-up for these youngsters again today. So it could almost be considered as the first game of the season again for many of these players today. So it's about getting to gel together and getting things right as well. But I'm confident that we will be able to do this. Let's quickly go through a couple of comments before we go to the team lineup. Tristan Frani says, Yankees is my dad. Sean Claus says, would you spell cricket? And then Brandon Slater says, good day, man. Brandon Slater also said, Japan did well today. They lost only by 20 points to 15. They could have won that game, to be quite honest. And then Lawrence May says, hi all. Lawrence Reyes says, hi Guru as well. Go Boca. And then Alex says, what's the prediction? What did you think of Ireland's historic big win? So, first of all, what do I think the score prediction will be? I did mention it around about 20 points today if the Boks can fire, but expecting a little bit of rustiness from these youngsters. Maybe they have played in the URC, so if they do fire, 20 points plus. If they don't and maybe fall apart throughout, we could have Wales win their first game here in South Africa. Who knows? But I'm hoping that South Africa do gel together very quickly and really do well today. And then what do I think of Ireland's historic win? I did the commentary on that and it was quite fantastic. Ireland dominated that first half, should have led by way more at halftime, then came out firing in the second half and just blew the All Blacks away. So I'm quite chuffed with that one. Lawrence Reda says, welcome back. Brandon says, good day, Lawrence. Lawrence Reda says, you're the best commentator. Thank you, Lawrence. Really appreciate the comment. Brandon Slater says, Alex, score prediction, 42 points to 16 for the Boks today. So, yeah, could easily go that way. Definitely very much capable with the side that we've selected for today's game. Then Kevin Lynn says, warm greetings from the island. I'm looking forward to the Springbok to win. And I think all of us expecting this one to be a win for South Africa here in Bloemfontein. Then Gert Knutse says, hello, Guru from the Vietnam. And Andrew Warren says, let's make a statement, Bokke. So a lot of up for grabs here. We don't want to go into a test decider next week. So hopefully they will fire today and win this game quite comfortably. And then also Alex says, I've never seen an All Black team dominated like that in New Zealand. Let's hope Wales don't do the same. And then Musabar says, Mr. Guru, yes, we have a proper commentator, the real deal. I'll turn off the Super Sport commentary and gladly listen to the main man. Thanks, Musabar, for that comment as well. So let's quickly run through the Springbok side. And it's probably the most exciting Springbok side we've seen in quite some time regarding new caps and new players in the starting lineup. We've got Warwick Gelant at fullback. He's been phenomenal for the Stormers throughout the season and definitely one of those players that deserve this call-up more than anybody else in this Springbok side. Curtly Arendse making his test debut from the Bulls. He's looked outstanding throughout the season, played a lot of fullback as well for the Bulls during the course of the season. So it will be interesting to see how he slots in on the right wing. I think he's a very versatile player, and he can slot in either 15 or on the wing for the Boks side as well. So Jesse Kriel and Andre Esterhuizen in the midfield today. And what worries me a little bit, Jesse Kriel, not a lot of game time. He's played in Japan, but we know the quality of rugby not that high in Japan at the moment. So it will be interesting to see how his form is. He hasn't played for a while. Let's hope it's not a case of an Elton Yankees again today. Andre Esterhuizen has been phenomenal in the English Premiership. Definitely our in-form number 12. I still believe that Damian Dilendi deserved to be the first choice, but Andre Esterhuizen, if he can lift himself up today, can definitely come into this game and lift Damian Dilendi out of the starting lineup in the future. Then we've got Apelile Fassi on the left wing. I'm not too fond of the selection of Apelile Fassi on the left wing. I would have much preferred him on fullback, but you can't keep Warwick Kaland out of the side at the moment. Maybe could have been a replacement later on, but I know they're going for a 6-2 split, so that maybe dominated the choice there at the end of the day. Andre Pollard back at 10 in the place of Elton Yankees, who had a shocker last week. Andre Pollard at least have played some rugby during the course of the season and shouldn't be rusty at all. Jaden Hendrickse, he's had a mixed bag at the Sharks this season, and let's hope that the environment, playing with the best of the best, will lift this guy up and he can actually perform to his full potential, because he is a quality player and we know that he's got a bit of an X factor as well. He didn't have the best of games last week. Chance Jaden to maybe establish himself in that Springbok side as well. So very, very good backline here with debutants in Curtly Arendse, and the opportunity for Andre Esterhuizen and Apelile Fassi and Jaden Hendrickse to really try and cement their place in this lineup. If you look at the forwards, Van Roos, what a player, URC player of the season, players player of the season, and one of my favorite players in South Africa at the moment. He's done it all. He's a strong runner. He's a game breaker. He takes the advantage. Well, goes over the advantage line more often than not and takes a couple of defenders with him. And I can't wait to release this player today onto this Welsh side. And Pieter-Steph du Toit, another worrying pick for me on the side. He hasn't played much rugby. He was out injured. So it will be interesting to see whether he bounces back yet again. We've seen him do it in the past, where he's been out for a couple of games and then just comes back and slots in right in again with no hassle whatsoever. Marcel could see at number 6, what a player. There was foul cry when he wasn't selected more often for the Springboks. And we ask, what more does this guy have to do to get back into the Springbok setup? And here he is today. He gets his opportunity ahead of the captain, Siya Kolisi, and it's going to be difficult to cement the place in that starting lineup. So the best he can possibly do for himself is try and play the best game of his career and force his way into the place of another player like Pieter-Steph du Toit or even Van Roos or Dwight Vermeulen's spot. But also the opportunity to grab a spot on the bench for the Rugby Championship. So Marcel Coetzee has got his work cut out today. Marvin Orie, Eben Etzebeth in the lock combination. Marvin Orie was not playing too badly for the Stormers throughout the season. Definitely a lot better than last season. And he can only grow in stature as a player as well. And then Eben Etzebeth still in the side. I think he was a little bit rusty last week. Also didn't play too much rugby with Toulon. There was his momentum, his cohesion was a bit down. So maybe he's been given another opportunity here today just to lift up his spirit a little bit. Trevor Nyakani comes in at number 3, a valuable player to the Springbok side. We know what a good scrummager he can be. Joseph Dweba, have we seen enough of him up until now? So this will be his opportunity to showcase his talent. He will be with the Stormers next season, so he could be a vital cock in the Springbok side going to that World Cup as maybe the second or third choice hooker of South Africa. Then Thomas du Toit, what a phenomenal season this guy's had through the course of the season. He's probably been a little bit better than Stephen Kitshoff throughout the season. But injury has let him down a little bit throughout the season as well. But he gets his opportunity today to showcase his talent as well. And then before we go to the bench, we're quickly going to run through a few more comments here. Kaka says, thanks for your dedication. Boca by 10. Sami Souza says, I'm counting on South Africa and Argentina to restore some sense of pride for the Southern Hemisphere after the All Blacks and the Wallabies were so ordinary. So, yeah, I think South Africa can do it today. And I do believe that Argentina under Michael Chika could be coming back into the scene again. And Chris Becker says, PS from Portugal, all the way from Portugal. And then Nave says, why do people calling it this a B team? I'm guessing because we got so much depth. You know, a lot of these guys are young coming into the side. I know Jesse Kriel, the likes, he's been around. Henrik Pollard has been around. Peter Steph, the Toy has been around. Etzebeth has been around. So all the other players coming in, making this almost sound like a B team. But I think this is a great on-form side and one that can really take Wales to the grave today. Avril Fortuyn says, greetings and watching from Cyprus. I feel the Bokke energy. Josh Pennington says, let's go South Africa. We need to run the ball today. Alfie Visser says, ek dink die voorspelers is beter as verlede week. Ons kramskakel en loskakel gaan seker onder baie druk wees vandag. So, yeah, look, if forward dominance is there, I don't think Henrik Pollard or Jaden Hendricks will be put under pressure today. It might even be the case that Dan Biggar and Kieran Hardy will struggle a little bit more. Musabah says, how massive is that loose forwards? Bloody hell, I'll pick those all day along with Elrich Lowe. Please no more Mostert in the loose forwards. And that's what I said last week. I don't feel that Mostert is a loose forward. He's a lock out and out, and he needs to be played in that position as well. Sami Souza says the Springbok team isn't any different from France trying out their depth like last year against Australia, and same thing with Japan this year. And then Ashwell Swat asks, what time is the kickoff? The kickoff will be in about half an hour from now. Reality always wins, says greetings, Guru. We're here. And then Brandon Slater says kickoff is at 5:05. Dion Moodley says, Guru, you should be one of the Springbok coaches. No, I think they're doing a good job at the moment, Dion. But, or Dean, thanks for the comment. Alex says, the Sharks never dominated at scrum time with the tank playing. I'm excited to see what he can do. Oh, they were never dominated, which is true. I think, like I said, I think he was even better than Kitshoff throughout the season at stages. So interesting to see what he can do. Owen James says, Springboks play a very boring English style of rugby. And then Bonga says, don't you think we should give the De Preer brothers a chance? I'm not happy with Russian's consistency. Well, look, the thing with the De Preer twins is they're quality players, but who do you drop out of the side? You just got Elrich Lowe and Evan Roos, along with Marcel Coetzee, into this Springbok setup. Then you've got the likes of Reinhard Elkstad, Peter Steph, the Sia Kolisi. You've got Jasper Wiese, Dwayne Vermeulen. So, in all honesty, as good as they are, I don't think there's place for them in the Springbok setup at the moment. And taking this from somebody that really highly rates the Preer twins, because coming from Durban and playing for the Sharks, I do rate them very highly. And Johannes Payne says, Guru must coach the Sharks. They need a coach. Yeah, no, look, I'll make something happen there at the Sharks. I'll do better than Sean, I think. Anyway, Kreef says, Pollard moet vandag perform. RugbyTalk.com says, hello, Pietman in Saudi Arabia here. An honor to make your acquaintance, Rugby Guru. Thank you for bringing the game all the way out to the desert here. No problem, Rugby Talk, Pietman. I really appreciate all the support as well coming in. So we're getting ready for a really good game here between the two sides. Sami Souza says, South Africa like France with depth on display, since the French are literally doing that under Galtier while building up towards the home World Cup next year. I think South Africa and Wales, along with the All Blacks, is going to be very difficult to beat next year, as well as Ireland, if they can just perform. Let's hope that they don't peak again just before the World Cup and then drop out like they always do. Ronette Fick says, I'm listening from Paros, Greece. Thank you, Ronette Fick. So all the way from Greece, all the support from around the world. I'm quite flattered by that as well. Devon Oosthuizen says, Bokke all the way from the USA. Alex says, who do you think should be third choice fly-off if Pollard and Jantjies gets injured. So initially, I would say Johan Goosen should be right up there with him, but he's also injured. I would have probably have given the likes of Chris Smith or Manny Libbok an opportunity just to get used to the Springbok setup, like some of the other guys as well. But it seems clearly that the Springboks selectors have made up their mind on Pollard, Jantjies, and Goosen. Then Sami Souza says, can't remember last time the Boks played with an all-home-based squad. It's been quite a while now. And then Eric Davison says, Ashington in the UK, beers in the sun. And then Patrick Jacobs says, go Bokke from Chile. Johannes Spain says, Springboks will win a very close game today with 50 points. Brandon Slater says, dink jy Reinach verdien om Paf's plek te vervang? So I'm a big fan of Kobus Reinach, although I think he's our second choice scrum half at the moment. I do believe that Faf de Klerk is still our best, and he just needs to be backed. And the game plan, unfortunately, don't always suit Faf de Klerk, but Kobus Reinach is a valiant replacement for him as well. And so too, I do like Zach Berger coming in from the Bulls as well. Gentle Giant says, gaan julle die game hier live wys? Ongelukkig nie, Gentle Giant. Only a commentary, as we don't have any of the rights to show the live footage. Bonga says, Jordan Hendricks is next fly-off, skillful and physical. So I forgot about Jordan Hendricks. He's also a youngster coming through really well for this Lions side. He probably need another season or two before we can really classify him as the next best thing. And then also Buta Chamberlain looked like one of those players that had everything, but it's also slipped down the pecking orders a little bit at the Sharks. Popol says, follow you from the DRC in Kolwezi. I'm a Springbok fan. So great. We even got people from the DRC watching. So incredible how far and wide all the support is coming from. Eric Davison says, where would you go for the best presenter? And then Alex says, do you think Dwayne is irreplaceable, even if Jasper or Evan Roos perform well? Look, Dwayne Vermeulen at his best, very difficult to replace. If there's one player that can do it, I believe Evan Roos is that guy. But Dwayne Vermeulen fit and ready, I wouldn't drop him quite easily. Lewis92 says, hello, Guru. What do you think if Esterhuizen 12 and Dialende 13 play centers? So they play very similar, unfortunately. And I probably won't pick them in the same squad because they basically got the same kind of role inside the squad. Both are ball crashers. Dialende has the ability to do a little bit of grubber kicking as well. But I think they're more the direct players. They tend to just take the ball up, get over the advantage line, and are a great distributor of the ball as well when they do pass, stayed together as well. Krief says Sasha Ngomezulu has been great for the Springboks under 20. He's another exceptional player coming through. So the talent is there. Ngomezulu, the likes of Jordan Hendricks, Buta Chamberlain, Jordan Chait. There's so many good players. Chris Smith, you can just name all of them really because they're all playing really good. Manny Libbok as well. And then Musabar says, when you listen to Guru's commentary, you don't need a screen. He'll tell you what's happening. And then Fred Wenzel says, die Bokke wen vandag 27-17. Sami Souza says, when the commentary is this good, you don't even need to watch the game, especially when streaming with the Guru during a Springbok game like right now. Thanks for all the good comments, guys. I really appreciate it. Dion Kuchlenberg says, who of the new guys are the starting the game? So it's only Kurtley Arendse in the back line and then Evan Roos in the forwards. We will get to the bench just in a little bit. Simon Reda says, listening in from Mexico. Thanks for bringing us the Bokke Guru. And then Alex says, watching from Bali, Indonesia. Love your content, Drew. And then Musabar says, Dwayne can go as a mentor, but he's past his best for the Father Time got hold of him, but certainly you can't buy the Warrior experience. So let's quickly go through it again. Warwick Kalan, Kurtley Arendse, Jesse Krill, Andre Esterhuizen, Apelile Fassi, Andre Pollard and Jaden Hendrickson. So start for Kurtley Arendse in the back line. Evan Roos in the forwards. Peter Step to Tway, Marcel Kutse, Marvin Uri, Eben Etzebeth, Trevor Nyakane, Chosen Dweba, and Thomas de Tway. So 2 debutants in the starting lineup for today's game. Then moving to the bench, Malcolm Marx has been quite exceptional. There was question marks about his fitness when playing in Japan, but he's come on last week and scored a try as well. So he's doing pretty well. Then Tuka Machuna, he's a warrior for this Springbok side, dubbed the next beast, and he certainly is looking exciting as well to get into this side. So will he be the next beast? Questions will be asked, but so far he's looked pretty damn good. Vincent Koch coming in as well, the experience of the guy right up there. Ruan Orkia making his debut as well off the bench. Then Reinhard Elkstad comes in as well. Dion Fourie is the one player that I'm looking forward to see along with Evan Roos today and Tuka Machuna. And then Grant Williams and Damien Willems in the back line, with Damien Willems basically covering 10 centre and fullback today, and can even play on the wing if needed to. Grant Williams will have an opportunity to try and lift Jaden Hendricks out of that third or fourth choice position for the Springbok scrum halves. Right, so Daniel Dupont says this is a power squad. Sammy Souza says first test was a thriller and Wales nearly claimed the famous win on South African soil, so can't wait to see what the second test has in store. And Bonga says 3 fullbacks at the back won't that it be an issue with the finishing quality. So like I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of Apalila Fassi on the left wing, but I mean, both have played there. Kurtley Arons has played on the right wing, left wing. Apalila Fassi has done the same. Warwick Gelant at fullback, he can slot in a wing as well. So, I mean, we at least covered with the high ball today. So any high balls shot from Dan Bigger will be, I think, comfortably collected by this Springbok back three. But it could become a problem if they don't gel together. You're right, Bonga. And Johannes Payne says, no power here. And Billy Goat says, het al een van julle oorgekom dat julle gedink het. Yeah, man, come on, Billy Goat. Alex says, I reckon we will probably start a completely different forward back next week. So much quality in the squad. It's beautiful. And then Mamania says, yeah, it's on attack, but defense is sus. And then Mamania says, fussy. Yapi says, hello from Shianga in Tanzania. Samstani Boka. So let's quickly go and have a look at this Wales side. Not a lot has changed since last week. Liam Williams at fullback, Lewis Rees-Zammit, the two-time try scorer last week. George North, Nick Tompkins, then Alex Cuthbert comes in for Josh Adams on the left wing, with Josh Adams moving to the bench. Then Dan Bigger and Kieran Hardy retain their place at 9 and 10. Forwards-wise, Talupi Faletau, Tommy Raffle, Dan Lydiot, Adam Beard, Will Rowlands, Dylan Lewis, Ryan Elias, and Gareth Thomas. So Gareth Thomas coming in for the injury to one of the Welsh players. So that's the only force change in the forwards. And then on the bench, Dewey Lake, Wyn Jones comes in, Sam Wainwright as well, Alwyn Jones, Josh Navidi, Thomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, and Josh Adams. So not a lot has changed here for them, and they will be looking to try and replicate last week. Will this form South African side do today for us? Like I said, a completely turned overall Springbok side from last week, an exciting side to say the least. And I think these guys have been the guys that's been informed, apart from the fact that the likes of Peter Steph Toy comes back in, who hasn't played a lot of games. Jesse Krill, that's played in the Japan League, along with the likes of Eben Etzebeth, who's been on and off throughout the season. But apart from that, Gelant, Arendse, Esterhuizen, Fassi, Pollard, Roos, Kutsia, Ori, has all been playing consistently for the URC teams. And they will be looking to really pick up from where they left off in the URC as well. Angus Dunn says, watching from Northern Ireland, hopefully Wales can make it 3 out of 3 for the Northern Hemisphere today, although I don't think they will be able to. And Angus, it's like I mentioned to one of my colleagues from Wales earlier this week. I did tell him that this will probably be Wales' best opportunity to beat South Africa in South Africa. If they can't do it today, then I really can't see them doing it at all. No disrespect to the players that's been selected. I don't necessarily say that they're weaker than the side from last week, but yeah, because it's a new side and they haven't played together much, there might be a level of inconsistency from him throughout the game, a little bit of rustiness. So I think with Wales already one game in and playing almost with the same squad, they just should really be right up there with the Springboks today, regardless. And then Johannes Payne says, Eskom maak my sick. Yeah, no, look, I had a little bit of a power cut earlier in that England-Australia game, so let's hope it doesn't happen again today with this game with the Springboks today. So please be scheduled for 10 o'clock tonight. Kreef sê ek kan nie wag vir daai eerste groot tackle van Andre Esterhuizen op Dan Biggar nie. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to that massive hit coming in from Andre Esterhuizen. And then Sami Souza says, last time I was on a Safa rugby stream was with G-Man, Gareth Mason, rest in peace, Sami Souza. So it's been quite a while since you've last watched a rugby stream then. Charles Cox says, I'm from Forum, South Africa, and I hope we win. So, yeah, we should win. We really should win this game. I don't see a reason why we can't win this game today. Musabar says, love the idea with the three fullbacks waiting on the bombs that's coming. Only way Wales can win this game because there's no other way. So we did see last week quite a lot of box kicking from Kieran Hardy, the scrum off from Wales. So maybe that's a counter today. I don't think they had that specifically in mind. But like I say, these guys are attacking as well. Kurt the Arendse, Twinkle Toes, along with Apelile Fassi that can show some plenty of gas. Warwick Kalant can run the ball. We all know that. And then he can also kick quite a lot. But most of the time when he does kick, it is for a reason, for a good reason. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. Alex, yeah, the answer is yes. And then Annie and John Dupker says, American Sotiko Bokker from Georgia, no Fincastle in the States. And then Musabar says, Boogeyman, Weekend Special and the Giant. It's on in Japan. And then Rugby Talk says, come on, Wales, please kick the ball to our back three and watch how the fireworks light up in the Free State. So I never knew that the Free State would adopt the begrafplaas, but a lot of it has been mentioned throughout the week. So a little bit of a graveyard here for the opposition, as South Africa, I think, has got a 70% win rate here at Bloemfontein. So it will be interesting to see if they can make it a little bit higher today. But it's going to be very interesting indeed. So about 20 minutes away from kickoff, I'm just going to take a little quick break, guys. But then we will come back and chat a little bit more and get ready for the kickoff. Right, we are back. I just quickly went to get some extra lightning as well here for us because it's getting quite dark where I'm sitting. So, yeah, just had to get a little bit of extra lightning, as you guys can see in the back. So, just going after this, just looking at the comment sections real quickly. Musabar says only 10 Musa likes and 350 people watching. Come on, show Mr. Guru some big balls and press that like button. So Mark says, let's go Bokke. Eric Davison says, if Wales have a game plan, just do it. Like Ireland and England, individual competition is fine, but stay in the mission. I think Bigger deserves credit for positivity. Absolutely. And he's been good. Last week he was absolutely brilliant. So I'm expecting more of the same from him today. Sami Souza says, definitely bright time in the afternoon while watching the game. Mursabar says, a big pork chop, my man. He'll be heavy targeted with his cocktail sauce. And then Arendse to score the first try of this game. And then Lawrence says, I think our Lucy's will slowly take over, especially Marcel Coetzee and then Peter Steff. Evan Roos is another bold stealer on the ground. The likes of Dion Farid still to come. So, yeah, it is incredible. And then Wedge Tiger says, I feel confident with this team. And it is a really, really good team. For those of you who haven't seen the team just yet, let's quickly go through that team lineup again. So we've got Warwick Kalan, Kurtie Arendse, Jesse Kriel, Andre Esterhuizen, Apelile Fassi, Andre Pollard, and Jaden Hendricks in the back line. And then in the forwards, we've got Evan Roos, Peter Steff, Marcel Coetzee, Marvin Uri, Eben Etzebeth, Trevor Nyakane, Joseph Ndweba, and Thomas de Toey. Then on the bench, we've got Malcolm Marks, Tuka Machuna, Vincent Koch, Ruan Orkia, Reinhard Elstad, Dion Fourie, Grant Williams, and Damien Willemse. And then for Wales, we've got Liam Williams, Lewis Rees-Zammit, George North, Nick Tompkins, Alex Cuthbert, Dan Bigger, and Kieran Hardy. Forwards-wise, we've got Delupi Falatau, Tommy Reffel, Dan Lydiot, Adam Beard, Will Rowlands, Dylan Lewis, Ryan Elias, and Gareth Thomas. Then on the bench, we've got Dewey Lake, Wyn Jones, Sam Wainwright, Alwyn Jones, Josh Navidi, Thomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, and Josh Adams as well there. So a very much unchanged side from Wales. Then Shark Brain says, yes, Guru, like Chomlet, like Lekker, Shark Brain. So looking forward to a great game here between the two sides. Andre Pollard back at 10. So hopefully he'll play really well. I did a bit of a simulation earlier on my channels playing some rugby challenge 4 on the gaming, and Andre Pollard managed to get the first try of that game. So will we see him get the first try of this game as well? It's not impossible. He does like to attack the gain line. So expect him to try and get over from about 10 meters out. Clinton Errol says, go Bokke. Dominica says, Wales are not to be underestimated. And then Cully says, massive game for these players. Excited to see Warwick set the backline on fire, but not thrilled with Andre being captain, especially since Eben is there. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, Eben Etzebeth had his opportunity when he captained the Springbok side way back in 2016, 2017. So let's see what Andre Pollard is. Experienced player. He's been in the setup for quite some time. So, yeah, we never know. Maybe he's a really good captain. Shark Brain says the North is dominating this weekend. Let's hope the Boks are not victims this weekend. And then Sami Souza says definitely an unchanged side after taking the Boks down to the wire in game 1. So basically, there was only one unforced change there, and that was Josh Adams moving to the bench with Alex Cuthbert coming into the starting lineup. And then Gareth Thomas coming in for the injury to the prop forward of Wales as well. And then Tony NZ says, sadly, I think the Welsh Dragons is going to breathe fire on the Bokke and Bryden today. Charles Cox says, hulle beter nie weer so veel skop nie. I think that is unfortunately the Springbok game plan with Rassie and Jock Nienaber. And then Jaden asks, can we watch the game here? Unfortunately not. It will only be the commentary, Jaden. Nobody is allowed on YouTube to show any live footage of the game. And then Shark Brain says, can't believe New Zealand lost at home. Wow, they have really become a joke under Foster. And then Moorsebaas says, enige Engelsman of Wales scoort Australië of Kiwi wat vanaand wat praat hier, ons moet hulle op hulle plek sit, hoor. No, they're entitled to their opinion. Come on, Musa. It's always fun having to see players from overseas or people from overseas watching the game as well in a predominantly Springbok comment section. It always lights up the conversation quite a bit. And then Lucas says, Doc, your work, Guru, let the Boks bury the Dragons. Much love from Poland. Coldplay was awesome last night. And then Brandon Slater says, let's hope for the best. Enjoy the game, Guru. And then Mursaba says, this in Japan, Mr. Guru. And then Shark Brain says, Guru, I lost a lot of money on the New Zealand game. I did not expect that, struggling to get over that loss. Yeah, look, I could have told you that it was going to be a close game, but I honestly didn't expect Ireland to do what they did. And then Lucas says, dig your work, Guru. Thanks, Lucas. And then Katima says, would you like to see a 20 points difference for the Boks? Hope Bruce gets a run. He is starting this game, and I think he's going to be a big thorn in this Welsh defence today. An incredible player, making the hard yards, and I think even a try on the cards for him is not way out as well. Then Savi Souza says, without jinxing them, Springboks should clinch the series here. Absolutely. I agree with you 100% today. We should definitely be dominating this game and sealing this series right here, right now, today. Johannes Payne says, yes, Eskom is on. So luckily we're only getting it at 10 o'clock tonight, hopefully. So keeping fingers crossed that we don't have a power cut like we had earlier today with the England-Australia game. So the referee for today's game is Angus Gardner from Australia, and he's a decent referee. I do rate him highly, and let's hope he has a really good game today. He's assisted by Matthew Carley, Andrew Piardi, as well as a TMO, Brett Cronin. So a lot at stake here for both teams in this game today. Sharkbrain says, has New Zealand ever had a close game at home? And then Sami Souza says, definitely a lot of bets blown after the losses for Australia and New Zealand. Poor Maltese at least. So, yeah, it's interesting how the betting system goes these days. I'm not much of a sports bettor these days, so I might go and ask a little bit of help from my good mate, Good for the Game. They do sports betting and previews of the game, so feel free to go and check them out as well. You can check them on YouTube or on the internet. They do have an internet website as well. Sharkbrain says Russ is going to put the Welsh water and lights off, and then David Perry says our depth is incredible and the team chosen are in form. I see a close first half and a second half, a shift to the Boks, getting familiar with each other. Boks by 12, great seeing New Zealand hammered. And then Krief says, begin to dig the graves. The cemetery is open for Wales very soon. And then Rugby Talk says, 360 kykers en slegs 59 duimoppers. Kom aan manne, kom by asseblief. Press that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, guys. It's clear skies here, maximum temperature of 20 degrees, 3 degrees minimum, with a humidity of 26% for this test match here in Bloemfontein today. Marik asks, will we be able to watch the game here? Unfortunately, it's only commentary, guys. We're not allowed to show any live footage. Eric Davison says, if Guru to work for the Sharks or the Boks, it would be to tell the players directly what we think, good or bad. He'd get no bother. What do you think? Absolutely. And then Sharkbrain says, I know New Zealand are calling Ian Foster's head. And then Charles Cox says, I can't quite see what he says. And the game is not available here, please. It's not DSTV. So it's only the commentary, guys. Tony New Zealand says the All Blacks got a real script today. They will come back. And Alvin Jacobs says, lot begin games. So the teams will be on to the field very shortly. Kickoff at 5:05 here. So about 10 minutes away from the kickoff. The scientist says, great to see the All Blacks losing. And then Brennan Williams says, I am good with no picture. Moenie ophou praat en describe. Go Bokke. And then Sami Souza says, I can see the All Blacks coaches are on a 2-year contract with starters, with Fozzie under fire from fans. Absolutely. A lot of people expect Scott Robertson to take over, as he should have been the first choice, taking over in the first place. So, will we see an overall from New Zealand rugby like South Africa did back with Rassie Erasmus? We'll have to wait and see. Alwyn Jacob says, ek luister 'n bietjie na jou van Amerika af. Dankie Guru. No problem, Alwyn. Hope you guys enjoy the stream today. So let's go through the Springbok team lineup one more time before we start this game. And then we'll go through the world side as well. Matthew Flowers says, let's go Wales. Level it up, boys. So here's the team lineup. Warwick Kalant at fullback. Kurtley Arends on the right wing making his test debut. Jesse Kriel and Andre Esterhuizen in the midfield. Pelile Fassi on the left wing, Andre Pollard and Jaden Hendricks completing the halfback combination. Then with Evan Roos making his test debut, Peter Steff the Tway, Marcel Kutsia in that loose forwards, then Marvin Uri and Etzeret in the lock combination, with Trevor Nyakane, Jason Dweber and Thomas the Tway completing the front row for the Springboks today. Then on the bench, we've got Malcolm Marks and Tuka Machuka making his test debut, Vincent Koch, Ruan test debut, Reinhard Elkstad, Dion Fourie making his test debut as well, Grant Williams, and then Damian Willems as the utility back for the Springboks today. A very, very young and exciting sight as Wales make their way onto the field here. And let's quickly go through their team lineup again. So we've got Liam Williams at fullback, Lewis Rees-Zammit, George North, Nick Tompkins, Alex Cuthbert, Dan Bigger, and Kieran Hardy. And then we've got in the forwards, we've got Lupi Faletau, Tommy Raffel, Dan Lydiot, and then Adam Beard, Will Rowlands in the lock combination with Dylan Lewis, Ryan Elias, and Gareth Thomas completing the front row. And then on the bench, we've got Dewey Lake, Wyn Jones, Sam Wainwright, Alwyn Jones, Josh Navidi, Thomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, and Josh Adams. So that is the two lineups for this game, and really looking forward to this one. Daniel Tooley says, come on, Bokke, listening in from New York in the USA. And then the scientist says, Northern Hemisphere team's doing so good so far today. And then Katima says, go Boks, show them waar David die wortels gegrawe het. So here comes the Impies, and they're looking hungry for this game as well today. So they're leading up the Springboks here today here at Bloemfontein, like they did last week. Rugby Talk, Pietman says, Guru, waar voorspel ons die telling? So I'm guessing, well, I said 20 plus, so I would say probably 40 odds to 20. If the Springbok defense are good, we're going to rip them to pieces on the attack. So give or take 30 points to 12, 32, 34 to 12 if it's a tight affair. And then if the game loosens up, we could look at a 40-something to maybe 20-something score. Paul Botha says, luister lekker saam met broeder warm Irak. And then Shark Brain says, Boks will score first with Kutsia or Roos. And then Michael Coleman says, next specs to Afrikaans commentary, Afrikaner commentary in Engels. And then Edu Kirma says, Bokke all the way from Kenya, as well as Mimania, dude, that guy title. So here comes the Springboks onto the field, led out Andre Pollard. And it does look like a packed Bloemfontein stadium. Probably not a sold-out stadium today, but it is really looking good from a spectator point of view as well. So a big game for 6 players at least here today. Kurtley Arends, Jafan Roos, Dion Fourie, Ruan Orkia, Ntuka Machuna, as well as who did I miss out? But there's 6 debutants in the side today. And Sami Souza says, can you at least know Elton Jantjies after the horrendous showing in the first test? And then Tony NZ says, the Kiwi supporters also thought the All Blacks would easily beat Ireland today, which is true. And Slayer says, I don't know if South Africa's going to win because they have many changes. And then Farney says, can you imagine Wales lose to the B side? They will be devastated. So, like I said, there was a lot of rubbish talks during the week about saying that the Springboks are disrespecting the Wales side today because they feel that so many newcomers and a completely overhauled side. I think that's rubbish. I think this side is probably the informed side at the moment. So let's put up the poll here. Who will win this? We can pick either the Springboks or Wales, or we could even go for a draw here. But it's highly unlikely, but you never know. So we'll just add in the option for the draw as well. So don't forget to go and vote on the channel as well, guys. So an opportunity for you guys to hear your voices on the channel as well by voting on the poll. So yeah, do go out and support the channel by voting as well. Jock McMillan says, looking forward to another great commentary. Just make sure you never have a dry throat. So let's do that in the meantime as well. No doubt, no dry throats today. And then Ben Quinn says, go Bokke. Simslayer says, Wales 25, Box 12. Simslayer says, Free State people, not enough middle class. And then Shark Brain says, Tony, that Ireland team was beaten by the Bulls. New Zealand rugby is nothing like SA rugby. And then Bradley says, Goeiedag, say Guru. And then Mutabar says, how these bloody Wales disrespecting my players, telling them they're second-grade players. Let's show them. And then Pietman says, Bokke met 30. And then Frederick says, hi, out of Indonesia, go Bokke. Nikki Westhuizen says, Bokke 25, Wales 12. Bradley says, this inexperienced, informed side is going to play some Springbok rugby today. And then also, yeah, I got that one. Katima says, Junior Box looking good as well. Carlo Jones says, Wales best give it all. And Sami Souza says, I don't get the disrespect in question, especially when the coaching staff trusts its Springbok squad they're putting out against the Dragons. And then Antoinette Garba says, go Bokke, Ruas everyone with. And then Musabar says, only 10 likes already, 600 people watching. Give more likes to the Guru. And also keep the glass full. And then Wendy Geldenhuis says, Springbok 34-18. And Alay says, I sien All Blacks watch vandag gaan julle hart 2 keer seer gemaak word. So we're almost at the start of this game. It's just busy with the national anthems at the moment. And then we will get this game underway. So let me know from where you guys are watching. We've got from all over the world. If I can remember, from the USA, Greece, Cyprus. We've got from Iraq and from all over. So feel free to let me know where you're watching from or listening from. And then also don't forget to go and vote on the poll, guys. We've got 114 votes. The Springboks to win this by 88% so far. 9% going to Wales in a draw with 3%. So it will be interesting as we've all finished up with the national anthems and we're ready to get this game underway here today. Who will score the first try? I've got it down. Either Jeff van der Roos or Andre Pollard. Let's see who will score the first try of this game. Angus Gardner, the referee for today. Hello, Bitboy says, ek luister van die werk af. Great. Johan Locke says, go Bokke from France. So I'm not going to go through all of them right now. But Slayer League says from the Free State in Bloemfontein, Nicky Westhuizen from Pretoria. And then also Shark Prince says Pollard and coach is very frustrated with Ireland with Wales after being labelled the B team. Right, so let's get this underway, guys. It's the Springboks up against Wales. And let's see if South Africa can seal the series, or will Wales be won over the Boks today. Couple of debutants here for the Springboks. Let's see how they gel together, because that is probably the biggest question mark around this side today. How will they fare together? Right, so about to get this one started. It is going to be Wales. It looks like it's going to kick this game off from right to left on my screen. So good luck to both sides and all the supporters. May the best team win today as Dan Bigger gets this game underway for us from the halfway line. It's a high-hanging kickoff from him. It's going to be taken by Warwick Gelant inside the 22 for the Springboks now. Jaden Hendricks is waiting for it, but a penalty against the Springboks here as they're pinned for going off their feet. and an early opportunity here for Wales to get the first points of the board. Ah, dear. Well, not the greatest start here from the Springboks, and it looks like Wales are going to kick this to the corner. No, he's not. Well, that's, if anything is disrespecting, that is. So they are going to have the shot at goal. In the end, it's right in front, and an opportunity for Wales to get the scoreboard rolling in this game. Warwick did well to take that one, but Peter Steph to a pin there for going off his feet, and a penalty to Wales after just a minute of play in this game. Right, Dan Bigger lining this one up to put Wales into the lead for the first time in this game and get this game underway for us. We've got 211 votes, 88% to the box already. So, yeah, let's hope Wales don't spoil our party here today. Right in front, he gets it through, and it's 3-0 to Wales after just a minute and a half of play here. So it's going to be very interesting. 3-0 Wales lead here after just a minute and a half. An early penalty from the kickoff to Wales for players diving off their feet. So 3-0 Wales lead. Andre Pollard with the restart. That's a deep kick in from him, taken by Faletau. Tackled by Curtly Arendse inside the 22-meter line as Kieran Hardy is waiting for this one to come out now for this Wales side. Kieran Hardy controlling that ball at the back now. Looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top. And the chase now coming from Wales. And it's beautifully picked there by Cuthbert on the halfway line. So Wales do have possession back right on the halfway line. Will Rowlands takes that one up right on the halfway line here. Now it's Kieran Hardy again. Gives it back now to Gareth Thomas. Driven back in the tackle on the halfway line. Kieran Hardy again now waiting for it. Comes back to Dan Bigger. Goes high up into the air as his players are chasing this one down. And again, Wales have managed to secure this ball round about on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. But South Africa do get the penalty there. Holding on by Wales. And it's Jaden Hendricks who wins the penalty on the ground for the Springboks. Great work from the scrum off here from the Springbok. Right, so Angus Gardner is the referee for today's game. He's from Australia as Andre Pollard kicks that one downfield. And he's going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line of Wales. An opportunity here for the Springboks after 3 minutes to get going in this game. Remember, this is the second test. The Springboks winning that first one in nail-biting fashion last week. Chance now for the Boxers. Ndweba throws it in, finds Marvin Uri in the front. So here comes the driving maul from the Springboks. Ndweba is controlling this ball at the back. Just a knock-on advantage to the Springboks as well here. Jaden Hendrickson now gets it out to Andre Estes and Andre Pollard on a loop around Apalile Fassi. Gets it out to Warwick Guru. Space opening up for the Boks early. Curtly Arendse out to the corner. He goes 5 meters out from the try line. Pick up by Van Roos. As Roos sets it up just 2 meters out from the try line. Jaden Hendrickson, Warwick Guru again. Driven back in the tackle though. Right on the right-hand corner here. Marcel Coetzee takes it up for the Boks. Quickly over that ball is Wales. Penalty advantage to the Springboks now. Jaden Hendrickson back to Yebanetsabet. He's brought down 5 meters out from the try line. Taken up here by Thomas the Tank. 5 meters out under the post they go. Now it's taken up by Trevor Nyakane. Still about 3 meters out as the Springboks now. Marcel Coetzee again. 2 meters out from the try line as Springboks here. Van Roos pick up and go. But the referee's going to call them back for the penalty here. It's deemed a high tackle by Wales. So South Africa now with the opportunity here. Right under the sticks here is the Springboks. As Andre Pollard has signaled that he will have a shot at goal here. So it should be all level here after about 5 minutes of play in the first half. Great attacking phase play from the Springboks. A great breakout from Warwick Guru. And it clearly shows that pace wins you games. Curtly Arendse nearly over for a debut try in the corner. 5 meters out. And then Van Roos also nearly barging his way over. Just 2 meters short. So these youngsters really want to go going. 3-0 it is after 5.5 minutes of play. It should be all level now. Right, so there it goes, over it goes. So 3-all it is here. And we've had 5.5 minutes played in this first half. Great start here to this game. Not the greatest of starts from the Springboks after a minute, but they're looking much better after the 5th minute of this game and looking hungry to run this ball. Dan Bigger will restart this one now. Another high hanging kickoff from him. The chase coming from Wales, but taken again by Warwick Galant now. They need to be careful not to go off their feet again. Here's the Springboks. Jaden Hendrickson now gets it out to Irfan Roos. Roos up to the 22-meter line. Jaden Hendrickson just controlling that ball at the back of the ruck here for the Springboks. About 10 meters out from the right hand or from the left-hand side of the field. Goes to the box kick over the top now. And a chase coming from Kurt Arends, but beautifully taken by Liam Williams on the halfway line. Brought down by Etzebeth. Now Kieran Hardy gets it back now. It's Will Rowlands taking it up for Wales right on the halfway line. Big counter ruck here from the Springboks, and they might have stolen this. Yes, they have. Now Jaden Hendrickson waiting for it, gets it back now. And here comes South Africa on the counter-attack again. Oh, sloppy pass there from Warwick Galant to the hands of Apalile Fassi, but it goes into touch. So just a little bit over-eager there from the Springboks. But they do look like they want to run this ball at all costs today. 7 minutes gone in this game. 3-all at the moment. A line-out coming up for Wales. Some really good defense again there. This time from Thomas de Twain. Then the big counter ruck coming from the Springboks. Stealing that ball on the ground and nearly forcing a great counter-attack opportunity. Faletau takes that now. Kieran Hardy out to Nick Tompkins. He sets it up on the 10-meter line here for Wales. Right in the middle of the field now, Dan Bigger. Out it goes to Liam Williams on the loop around. Cuthbert up to the 10-meter line. Tackled by Kurt Arends. 5 meters from the left-hand touchline. Kieran Hardy. Elias now, Dan Bigger. A knock on here from Wales on the 10-meter line. And a chance now for the Springboks. Waiting for Jaden Hendrickson now. Marvin Uri sets it up, gets it out to Jesse Krill. Hammered back in the tackle by Liam Williams. Still on the 10-meter line now. Jaden Hendrickson waiting for this ball to come out. Good counter ruck from Wales as well. Comes back to Trevor Nyakane. Good support play by Peter Steph de Tooy and Irfan Roos as well as Thomas de Tooy there. Just slowing this down a little bit for them now. Jaden Hendrickson looks like he might be going with the box kick over the top here for the Boks. Chase is coming from Kurt Arends and Andre Esterhuizen as well as Etzebeth who wins it back for the Boks. Jaden Hendrickson with another kick downfield. There's nobody at the back here, but that ball is going to roll, and it's going to roll just short of the goal line and kick downfield by Nick Tompkins. Not going to find touch. Now there's a chance here for the Boks. Warwick Galant on the halfway line. Space opening up for the Boks on the left-hand side of the field. Here comes Warwick Galant, puts in a little stab through for Fassi to chase. I think it's touched one of the Welsh players, so it should be a Springbok line out on the 22-meter line. 9 minutes gone in this one. And Warwick Galant with a clever little stab through there. Did it touch one of the Welsh players? That's the big question. We'll see in a bit now whether the lineup will go to South Africa or Wales. 9 minutes gone. 3-all here at the moment. And South Africa really looking good on the attack at the moment. No, it wasn't touched by one of the Welsh, so it will be, yeah, there's the South African lineup right on the 22-meter line now. As Ndweba finds Etzebeth, Ndweba on the loop around Andre Esterhuizen, straightening it up, just up over the 22-meter line now for the Boks. But it's going to be a penalty to Wales, and holding on from Andre Esterhuizen on that occasion. Wales very quickly up over that ball, and I think it's Tommy Raffle who won that penalty on the ground for Wales. Sure. Yeah, Renier says, Vloei dit so mooi soos dit klink. Absolutely. So it's looking good at the moment for the Springboks. But Wales are right up there for the challenge at the moment. As Dan Bigger clears that penalty for them all the way up to the halfway line. Right, so line out now to Wales right on the halfway line as it's 3-all at the moment. An early penalty from Dan Bigger cancelled out by Andre Pollard just a little bit after. So taken in by Wales now, and a good driving maul coming from Adam Beard now, as Wales trying to secure this ball at the back through Ryan Elias. Now up to the halfway line they go. Still the Springboks trying to just disrupt this maul at the moment, as Kieran Hardy waiting for it to come out, goes for the box kick over the top now, and Apalile Fassi waiting for it, and it's going to be knocked on by Fassi, or has it? No, it's been slapped back by Wales. So Dan Bigger at scrum half gets it out now to Lewis Rees-Zammit. He sets it up in the middle of the field between the 22 and the 10-meter line for Wales. Now Tompkins with a long cut-out pass to Cuthbert. He's lost a bit of ground, tackled by Curtly Arendse on the 10-meter line. Good defense from the Springboks at the moment. Now it's Tompkins out to Rose. Sets it up nicely, just up the 10 line, 20 meters from the left-hand touch line. Dan Bigger again. Out it comes to the big forwards again. Now Kieran Hardy, Dan Bigger on the inside to Nick Tompkins again. Tompkins with a little basketball pass out to Lewis Rees-Zammit now. Just short of the 10-meter line of the Springboks, right on the right-hand touch line here. Kieran Hardy again. Now gets it out to Tommy Raffle, who sets it up on the 10-meter line again. Dan Bigger out to Dan Lydiot. Dan Lydiot caught on the 10-meter line. Here van der Rust quickly up over that ball. But we're coming back for a penalty for an early tackle from Joseph Ndweba. So an early tackle from Joseph Ndweba on one of the Welsh players have given them a penalty here. He got the man wrong. He was going for the tackle but got the wrong player. So penalty on the halfway line here for Wales. And it's a very kickable one for Dan Bigger as well. Decision time now for Wales, as they're going to have a shot at goal here. 5 meters inside their own, well, inside South Africa's half, in the middle of the field here. An opportunity for Wales to take back the lead in this game. Yeah, you could just see his timing on the play was wrong and took out the wrong player in the process with Joseph Ndweba. So chance now for Dan Bigger to put Wales back into the lead in this game. Right, so Dan Bigger now trying to get this one for Wales. Right, lining it up. Right, so Dan Bigger lining this one up. It's a straight kick down the middle, and it's going to be short to the right of the post. So, yeah, it is still going to stay free all here between the two sides. So, a 22-meter dropout coming up for South Africa now, as Andre Pollard will get us back underway from the 22-meter line. Taken by Talupi Falatau, right on a halfway line, and driven back in the tackle by Peter Septetue. Kieran Hardy now to Ryan Elias again. Driven back in the tackle as well by Thomas du Toit. So Wales losing ground all the way back to their own 10-meter line. Kieran Hardy now goes to the box kick over the top, and Warwick Galant underneath that ball has knocked it on. Talupi Falatau's got it now for Wales. Dan Bigger gets it out to Ryan Elias. Now Ryan Elias to Nick Tompkins. But the referee's going to call them back for that knock-on first from Warwick Galant, as it's been deemed knocked on by Wales as well. So 3-all still after about 14 and a half minutes gone in this game, as South Africa is looking really good on the attack, but they're struggling a little bit under that high ball, which is really strange given that we've got 3 fullbacks in that back three at the moment. So, yeah, we've had 2 knock-ons or 2 slapbacks from Wales a little bit earlier, winning that ball in the air. Now a knock-on from Galant as well. So maybe one of the areas where they might want to exploit a little bit as Wales at the moment. Scrum down on the 10-meter line, inside Springboks territory. Now Kieran Hardy to feed this ball in for Wales. Kieran Hardy to feed this ball in, 5 meters from the left-hand touch line. Slow start to this scrum here as free kick has been awarded to Wales, taken quickly by Kieran Hardy now. Dan Bigger gets it out to Nick Tompkins. Now Kieran Hardy again out to Dan Lydiard. Sets it up on a 10-meter line in the middle of the field. Kieran Hardy again waiting for it. Gets it out to Dan Bigger. Gets it out to Liam Williams. Losing ground again. Great cover defense from South Africa. As Kieran Hardy now back, it comes to Will Rowlands. Dan Bigger. Flat pass out here. Nick Tompkins. Dan Bigger on a loop around. He's hammered in the tackle by Andre Esterhuizen. And it's going to be a knock-on from Wales. Scrum down to South Africa. Roundabout on the 10-meter line of Wales. Free all still here, 16 minutes gone, and some great tackle there from Andre Esterhuizen on Dan Bigger. Reading the play very well at the moment is Andre Esterhuizen. Good defense all around from the Springboks at the moment. And Dan Bigger felt that one on Andre Esterhuizen. Right, scrum down to the Springboks. Or is it? No, it's going to be, what is it now? Let's just see. An injury break to Cuthbert, as he's going to have to leave the field here for Wales. And Josh Adams will come onto the park. Dazek says, yeah, Guru, you think South Africa will play like they did last week? I hope not. Right, so just a water break to the players as well at the moment, as it's free all here and not much happening apart from Wales bombarding South Africa with box kicks at the moment and high up and unders, while South Africa is trying to play an expansive game, but just not finishing off at the moment. So still very exciting, this opening couple of minutes of the game. Wayne Pivak, the Welsh head coach, sitting in the stands, a lot talkative at the moment. So still very much in this game as well at the moment. Right, so just a stoppage in play at the moment as Jacques Nab has been shown on screen as well. The Springbok head coach making all those changes today. So 46,000 people in attendance today. So I think it is a full house at the end of the day here from them. Right, so scrum down here for South Africa's Jaden Hendrickse will feed this one in. Penalty to South Africa as Wales collapses that scrum, and it's Gareth Thomas who gets pinned there by the referee. So will Andre Pollard kick this one a goal 17 minutes into this one? But let's see, it's not the easiest of kicks. He is going to have a shot at goal, is Andre Pollard. So from around the 10-meter line, about 10 meters inside, infield. So not the easiest of kicks coming on for Andre Pollard today. Yeah, Tazek 6, we are going to be our own worst enemy. Right, 800 people watching. Don't forget to support the channel as well, guys. Just press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Andre Pollard now taking this attempt here, 17 and a half minutes into this game. And here we go. That kick struck not too bad by Andre Pollard, but it's going to go to the right-hand side of the field. So, yeah, pity there. So both teams now missing one kick at goal, getting one as well. So it's all square here, 3 points all, as we're going to restart this one from the 22-meter line. 18 minutes gone in the second test between the Boks and Wales, with the Boks looking like the dominating play at the moment. Right, the restart taken in by Ian van Roos on the halfway line. A tough fellow to bring down. This Jaden Hendrickse will try and clear this now. Comes out to Thomas de Toey, sets it up beautifully for the Springboks now. Jaden Hendrickse back, it comes to Andre Pollard. He's going to go high up into the air. The chase coming now from South Africa, but it's Dan Bigger who gets that ball just outside the 22. Gets out to Lewis Risama, that puts it downfield. Warwick Galant is back for this one as he's going to run it. It's up, yeah, it's Warwick Galant on the halfway line. Tries to run past the first defender, but brought down by Dan Lydiard, just short of the halfway line. Now Joseph Ndweba puts his head down. Jaden Hendricks again out to Andre Pollard, throws a little dummy, tries to go himself, but takes the contact pretty well. So just short of the halfway line is the Springboks at the moment. Jaden Hendricks, slow ball coming back for the box. Good counter ruck here from Wales as well. Hendricks with the box kick over the top. The chase coming now from Peter Steph the Tway. And it's beautifully taken by Liam Williams again. And, whoa, might have been ripped by the box, but it comes back the side of Wales as Ryan Elias takes it up to the 10-meter line here for Wales. Kieran Hardy just setting it up for him at this rack. Looks like he's also going to go with another box kick over the top. So a lot of kicking at the moment. Goes to the box kick over the top, and the chase coming now from Josh Adams. It's going to be left by Andre Pollard and goes into touch. So South Africa not looking too good under that high ball at the moment, as much as we expected them to be really good under the high ball today. Andre Pollard playing in his 61st international game today. So are they going to go and have a look for foul play here, Angus Gardner, as they're going to go upstairs to the TMO. So not quite sure what happened there, but we'll find out in just a little bit as to what they are looking for. Angus Gardner and the Italian referee looking at this one. So Joseph Ndweba took that ball in. Oh, shoulder charge from Ryan Elias on Joseph Ndweba. Let's just see contact to the throat. Oh, not really anything in that. I would just, I don't know. Maybe a penalty at most here for South Africa from that one. But I won't be surprised if the yellow card gets picked here by Angus Gardner. Although I don't think it looked too bad from the angle that we watched it. Right, so we are going to come back to the lineouts. So nothing happening with that tackle then. Might have been knocked on by Andre Pollard. Might have just touched that ball. So let's see what's happening there. Yeah, so it will be a Welsh lineout between the 10 and the halfway line inside South Africa's half. 3-all after 20 minutes of play. Wales with territory, 57% of the territory. Will Rowlands takes it in. Now off the back, Ryan Elias gets it out now to Kieran Hardy, to Nick Tompkins. And there's a forward pass from Wales. So we will have a scrum down to the Springboks. Around about 2 meters inside the half of Wales. More towards the middle of the field. 3-all at the moment. 20 minutes played. And a forward pass from Kieran Hardy to Nick Tompkins there, leading to the scrum here to the Springboks at the moment. We've had around 700 votes here, and all of them, 85% of them going for the Springboks to win this game, 13 to Wales, and 2% for a draw in this one. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new, as the Springboks set up a scrum here just inside Wales' half. Jaden Hendricks to feed this one in for the Springboks. Much better scrum here from Wales as well, as they're trying to disrupt the Springboks. Jaden Hendricks gets it out. Now it's Andre Esterhuizen. Out wide they go to Apalila Fassi between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Still going as the Springboks, but they've knocked it on right on the 22-meter line. But not before they went into touch. So it will be a scrum, a line up to Wales right on the 22-meter line. Some great meters made there by Apalile Fassi. Didn't even look like much, but they managed to get plenty of meters with that one. Right, so Ryan Elias to throw this one in for Wales right on the 22-meter line of Wales. And Wales definitely feeling a little bit more pressure from South Africa during the course of this game at the moment. 3-all still here after 20 minutes. It's not going all the way like they expected to go. Ryan Elias to throw this one in for Wales right on the 22-meter line, but just an injury break quickly to one of the players here of Wales. And some of the South Africans just tying their shoelaces here at the moment. But it's been a very tight affair so far between the two sides, and no space been given to either. Right, Ryan Elias with the throw into this line-out for Wales. Referee not happy with the line-out at the moment. Just saying South Africa must move a little bit to the left. .21.5 minutes gone. Ryan Elias with the throw into this line-out. Oh dear, they're wasting time with this one. So Trevor Nyakani finally joining the line out here as Ryan Elias throws it in and finds Adam Beard, but disrupted by the Springboks. Kieran Hardy managing to get that. The throw-in was not straight, and it will be a scrum down to the Springboks right here on the 22-meter line. So hopefully the Springboks can do something with this one now. True North says the Welsh Dragon will roar soon enough, just wait. Brendan Williams says, I'm married, I can read and listen. 22 minutes gone in this game, 3-3 at the moment. Jaden Hendrickson now to feed this one in for the Springboks, as we will be looking to get the first try of this game. 22 minutes gone in this one. Still no try in this game. South Africa came very close early on. Jaden Hendrickson with the feed to the scrum. And a solid scrum here from the box again. As Stefan Roos picks it up off the back now. He's going to barge his way up to over the 22-meter line. Needs support now. Gets it out. The forwards now. Peter Steph the Tway just taking that up, but driven back in the tackle right on the 22-meter line in the middle of the field here. Jaden Hendrickson now waiting for it. Gets it out to Marcel Coetzee. Marcel Coetzee not gaining any ground with that now. Joseph Ndweba puts his head down. 5 meters inside the 22, they go. Thomas the Tway. Thomas the Tway sets it up nicely for the Springboks now. Again, Stefan Roos. Stefan Roos making it to about 10 meters out from the try line here as Peter Steph the Tway now. South Africa trying to physically dominate this Welsh side at the moment. Andre Pollard gets it out to Jesse Creel, who came in 5 meters inside. Jaden Hendrickson throw a little dummy. Andre Pollard nearly into the cap there. Caught 7 meters out from the try line. Now Jaden Hendrickson, and the referee's going to call them back for the initial penalty. So another penalty to the Springboks, run about in the middle of the field here, and a chance to take the lead in this game for the very first time in this game. Some good defense from the Welsh, really matching South Africa physically at the moment. Stefan Roos took it up, Peter Steph the Tway took it up, Marcel Coetzee took it up, Joseph Ndweba, but they hardly gained much ground with it. So Wales definitely up there, trying to be up there physically with the Springbok side. And the referee has given the Wales side their first warning. So the next infringement inside the 22, we might be seeing a yellow card come up. Yeah, it looks like the penalty is not right in front. So it's about 5 meters from the right-hand touchline here. So expect South Africa to maybe kick this to the corner and set up a driving maul. It's 3-3 at the moment. So what will South Africa do? They're definitely going to go for the corner here as Andre Pollard sets it up 5 meters out from the Welsh try line. It's now the third time that the Springboks have had the opportunity to get a try. So this is where they must make it matter. Brendan Williams says, thank you for the points. And then backing Jesse Creel for the first try, says Katima. True North says they aren't getting a try. 24 minutes gone. Joseph Ndweba now with a throw in. 5 meters out from the try line. 4 penalties conceded by Wales. 3 by the Springboks so far in this second test here between the two sides. A lot of niggle in the lineouts at the moment from both sides, really. Joseph Ndweba just need to throw this one in. Goes to the back to Peter Steph the Tway, but it's also not thrown in straight. And it's going to be a scrum down to Wales. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's not what you want to see from a professional side, not getting the throw in straight. First from Wales and now from South Africa as well. They need to get this right. And great opportunity. Goes a begging for the Springboks here. And yeah, let's see if they can dominate the scrum maybe. Maybe we can force a penalty from the scrum. 25 minutes gone in this first half. 3-3 at the moment. And it's anybody's game at the moment. Scrum down. Kieran Hardy will feed this for Wales. 25 minutes gone in this one. And it's anybody's game at the moment. No tries just yet. 49 tackles made by Wales. 35 by South Africa. And we've missed more tackles than Wales, 3-2 at the moment. So we need to start making that pressure count. A free kick here to Wales from that scrum. South Africa pushing a little bit early, and discipline is now letting us down a little bit. Who will win this game? The Springboks leading the voting poll by 85%. Wales 12 and 2% for a draw. So they kick that ball from the free kick and they go fine touch. Roundabout between the 10 and the halfway line. Inside their own half. 26 minutes played, and South Africa now with the line out on the 10, well, between the 10 and the halfway line inside Wales' half. Can we start with momentum and dominate this game? We do look really good on the attack when we do get the go forward ball. Joseph Ndweba with the throw in finds Marvin Wuri now. That also didn't look straight, but referee says play on this time round. South Africa trying to get the driving more going, and they're starting to make a little bit of headway, but it's more sideways than forward at the moment. On the 10-meter line, inside the Wales territory now, Jaden Hendricks out. It comes to Andre Esterhuizen, supported by Ian van Roos and Kurt Arends. So now Jaden Hendricks again. Andre Pollard now, Jesse Kriel up to the 10-meter line. He goes, just taking a couple of defenders with him. Andre Pollard into space again, almost up to the 22-meter line. He goes now brought down. Now it's another attack here from the Springboks on the 22-meter line. Some good defense again from Wales. Marcel Kutsia was waiting for it, but it's Warwick Galant who gets it out to Trevor Nyakane. Trevor Nyakane stopped just outside the 22 here for the Boks. Again, they tried to make it work as a little stab through from the Springboks is going to find touch 5 meters out from the Welsh try line. And it's Warwick Galant to put in that little grubber kick in behind. Just pinning Wales back 5 meters from their own try line. Defensive line out coming up for Wales, and they're under pressure here from their own try line. If they can survive this onslaught from the Boks, they could gain a lot of confidence from this. 27.5 minutes gone in this first half. 3-3 it is. Ryan Elias with the throw-in. Pressure throw-in for him to come, but it's beautifully taken by Adam Beard, and they set up a driving maul themselves. Wales at the moment. Still making headway is Wales at the moment. And he's going to blow on a whistle. It's going to be a scrum down to the Springboks. That ball was not playable. And South Africa wins the scrum about 10 meters out from the Welsh try line. So another opportunity here for the Boks. We just need to put this pressure into points at the moment. Just feel like we're leaving points behind on the field at the moment. Very much similar to what Ireland did this morning. Had a massive first half. Should have scored more points in that first half, but then came out firing in the second either way. Just hoping that we don't leave points on the field. 28.5 minutes gone. Scrum down to the Springboks now. And a good opportunity for them. 10 meters out from the Welsh try line. They can go blindside. They can go to the left-hand side. But definitely looking forward to this one. So gain line success, top performance. Who would you have guessed? Ian van Roos with 5 carries, Andre Esterhuizen with 2, Jesse Kriel with 2, Warwick Galant with 2, and then Alex Cuthbert with 2. So Roos leading that charge already with 5 carries already. 29 minutes gone in this one as Jaden Hendrickson now will feed this ball in for the Boks. 10 meters out from the try line. Big scrum again from the Boks and trying to milk a penalty from this as well. Ian van Roos picks it up off the back. 5 meters out from the try line. But have Wales say, oh, Wales have turned this one over somehow, and it comes back to the Wales side. So Kieran Hardy now gets it back to Dan Bigger, who puts it on the boot, and he's going to find touch round about 5 meters outside of the 22. Well, did Ian van der Roos knock that ball on, or would the ball rip from him? Let's just watch this replay quickly to see really what happened there. Because one moment he was going forward, and the next moment Wales had the ball. So, was that guy even on site? So Roos didn't do anything wrong. He placed the ball back, and somehow Wales managed to get that ball from the placement. Was he on site? But anyway, Joseph Ndweba with the throw into this lineup finds Pieter-Steph du Toit again between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Now the Springboks coming with a driving maul. Ndweba controlling that ball at the back of this maul, but it's not moving forward at the moment. Now slowly starting to get moving forward, but it goes down from the Wales side, but legally so. Now Jaden Hendricks, Andre Esterhazy straightening the line for the Springboks, just short of the 22-meter line now. Jaden Hendricks are waiting for it, gets it back now. Marcel Coetzee sets it up just outside, but it's going to be a penalty to Wales. Holding on by Marcel Coetzee, and it's so very uncharacteristic of the Springboks. Some great work done by Tommy Raffel, who gets the penalty there for Wales. So unnecessary to give away these sort of penalties. 9 minutes left in this first half, and it's 3-3 at the moment. 8.5 minutes to go. He took the tackle on, but were isolated. Not enough support from Marvin Rooney there with the clean up, and Wales win the penalty on the ground. Right, Wales is going to kick this downfield now and set up a lineup probably inside South Africa's half. Musavar says, love this Pollard taking on them for a change. So Andre Pollard has looked good. He's hit 2 little breaks in this first half, and it's looked pretty good. Just South Africa unable to capitalize on the opportunities so far in this game. 8 minutes to go in this first half. Yemenet's a bit just tying his shoelaces there as well as we get ready for this for this penalty to Wales. Daniel David says, I salute you, Wales. Nice defending. And then Dion says, not the Box day. Oh, it's still early days, but so far it's been difficult. 3-3 at the moment. And at least we're not trailing by 18 points to 3 like last week. 8.5 minutes to go as Wales will now restart this one with their penalty kick. Ian van der Roos also receiving some attention though. First international appearance for Ian van der Roos, who's had 6 carries already in this game and has made the game line on every occasion so far. Well, just receiving that attention as we want to get this game back underway. Dan Bigger will kick this to the corner here for Wales. Where will he find touch? So time is back on, and Dan Bigger can now kick this up into the corner. He is going to find touch round about on the halfway line here. So not the greatest of kicks from Dan Bigger, as they will set up a line out right on the halfway line. 3-3 it is at the moment. 8 minutes to play in this first half. Time since last score, 27 minutes since we've last seen any score on the board in this game. Right, Will Rowlands takes it in from the halfway line. Driving maul set up by Wales again. Starting to move forward from them as well. Up over the halfway line they go, and Pieter-Steph du Toit looking to disrupt this maul from Wales, but they're starting to move it up to the 10-meter line here as Wales. Looking good there, but brought down, pushed back in the tackle from the Springboks as Nick Tompkins Just makes it ready for Kieran Hardy to take it up. Will Rowlands again for Wales. Just short of the 10-meter line of the Springboks, about 10 meters from the right-hand touchline here. Kieran Hardy looking to go with the box kick over the top, as they've done most of the time in this first half. Lewis Rees-Zammit charging after it, but it's Apalile Fassi who makes the mark about 10 meters out from his own try line. Way too far from Kieran Hardy. 7 minutes to play in this first half. Apalile Fassi with the kick downfield. He's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Springbok territory. So 6.5 minutes to play in this first half. Wales now looking to attack here from the 10-meter line. Not a lot of action happening at the moment, but it's a very hard test, very physical test match between the two sides at the moment. Adam Beer takes it in, and now Kieran Hardy to Dan Bigger on a loop around William Williams with a stab through, and he's going to find touch 5 meters outside of the Springboks 22. With 6 minutes to play in this first half, it's going to be a line out to the Springboks right on the 22-meter line. 80 international appearances for Liam Williams in the Welsh jersey as well. He's been around quite a bit. Saki Bofa says, come on, boys, Guru, great commentary, thanks. Oh, that might have looked like it went in directly, but Marcel could see us taking that line out for the Springboks, and Jaden Hendricks is now trying to control this ball run about in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line. Jaden Hendricks with the box kick over the top, and he's going to find touch roundabout on the halfway line here. So 5.5 minutes to play, and line out to Wales on the halfway line. Ryan Elias to throw this one in for Wales now. Just inside their own half at the moment is Wales, as De Hooker gets the throw in, or he's still going to throw it in as he gets it out to Lupi Falatau. Now they're going to go with Dan Bigger with a cross kick. It's working. Lewis Rees-Zammit back to Liam Williams. Liam Williams with a kick downfield, but Gertley Arons is chasing back after that, but that might be going too far. No, it's not, and looks like he's going to want to dot this down for South Africa. 4.5 minutes to go in this first half, and it's just not getting to life, this game, really. Too many little errors and too many kicking from both sides, really. So, see, that ball went out, went into touch. So, line out to South Africa, around about 15 meters out from their own try line. Etzebeth now gets it out to Jaden Hendricks, and Marcel Kutsia bashes his way up to just short, just inside the 22 of the Springboks. Now, Jaden Hendricks again waiting for that ball with 4 minutes to go in this first half. Hendricks now goes for the box kick over the top, and a chase coming from Apalile Fassi, but securely into touch, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Springboks territory. A lot of kicking in this game, and no team really taking the initiative to take the lead in this game. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. It's still anybody's game at the moment. Elias with the throw-in for Wales now, and taken by Falatau. Comes back Kieran Hardy. Now Nick Tompkins straightening the line for Wales right on the 10-meter line. Kieran Hardy again. Dan Bigger out wide to Liam Williams. He's stopped in his tracks. Gets it out to Josh Adams on the 10-meter line as well. South Africa might have stolen this ball. Yes, they have. Now Kurt Arons gets it out to Joseph Ndweba up over the halfway line. Up to the 10-meter line he goes. Now bashes his way forward. But again, Dan Bigger managing to steal that ball at the ruck for Wales, but gets bundled into touch by Marvin Uri. Will be run out South Africa. So great work there from South Africa on the defense as well. With 3 minutes to go in this first half. Great work done there by Warwick Galant to win that ball on the ground for the Springboks. And then Joseph Ndweba having a little sprint down the right-hand wing And then getting the better of Dan Bigger as well. But then Dan Bigger did really well to steal that ball on the ground. But some super defense from the box as well. Joseph Ndweba now with the throw-in. Finds Peter Steph the way, but it's sloppy from the box now. Marcel Kutsia picks it up for the box just outside the 22. Jaden Hendricks, Trevor Nyakane. Slow ball for South Africa now. Jaden Hendricks, Ken van Roos now. Just between the 10 and the 22. Knock on from Andre Esterhuizen. And a chance now. Tommy Raffle kicks it downfield. And that is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line. No, it's going to be directly into touch. So they might decide to come back for the initial knock-on first. Yeah, so they are going to come back for the knock from Andre Esterhuizen between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside Wales territory. And scrum down to Wales. Well, things just not working out for the Boks at the moment. Both teams really just not using the opportunities that coming their way at the moment. Andre Esterhuizen playing in his 9th international game for the Springboks here today. Just knocking that ball on. Just a little bit over ecstatic at the moment from South Africa. Amanda could see ask anyone knows the stadium attendance. So 46,000 people in attendance today. And they haven't even seen a single try so far. Your Highness says the last game was way too close, man. What is wrong with the Bokke? We need and are able to beat this team with room to spare. Lisa Kegenels, a new member of the channel as well. Thank you so much for the support as well. You can become a member of the channel by clicking the join button. It starts as low as 20 Rand for the membership. So really appreciate it, Lisa. Starbrand says, Boks need a big scrum now. With a minute to go in this first half. It is going to be a Welsh pudding between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Possession 52% here to South Africa, 48% to Wales, with the territory at 54% to 46%. So everything pretty much even at the moment here between the two sides. Minute to go in this first half. Can they get this fed in as well? Yeah, Kieran Hardy has got it in now. Talupi Falatau off the back. Gets it out to Liam Williams. Lewis Rees Samet. Tackled by Apalile Fassi. Knocks the ball on. Van Roos now. Van Roos. And the referee is playing on. Van Roos could go all the way. No, says the referee has called it back. And only after Van Roos have dotted it down over the try line, the referee calls them back. So let's see what the problem was there. Less than 10 seconds to play in this first half. And what's the call from the referee here? Was it a knock-on from a double knock-on maybe from Wales and the Springboks? So one last start here before half-time. It's going to be a scrum feed here to the Springboks. About 5 meters from the left-hand touchline. One last play here before half-time. This has not been a really good game. In fact, it's going to be a Welsh scrum as well. So it might have been knocked on by one of the Springbok players instead. Scrum feed in by Kieran Hardy now. And a massive scrum from Wales, winning that penalty from the scrum as well. So they'll probably try and set up a line out here inside the Springbok half. Trevor Nyakane been penalised there for illegal scrummaging. And Dan Bigger will, what will he decide to do here? Are they going to kick this for distance? No, they're not. They're just going to stab it into touch. Go to halftime. It's 3-3 here between the two sides. And it's been really physical, to say the least. Very physical. Great defense from Wales at times. Good defense from the Boks at times. But it's just that little errors, little knock-ons, just not gelling together like I expected at most stages. But hopefully we'll see a massive second half from these guys. Still the likes of Dion Fourie to come, Tuka Machuna, Ruan Orkia. So still plenty of talent there on the bench for the Springboks. We're going to take a quick break, but when we do come back, we will be doing the second half. So don't go anywhere. Right, we're back here for the second half, guys, and it's been a really physical game, but not a good game to watch. And yeah, it's a little bit disappointing with the squad that we've got. I expected us to run in a couple of tries by now, but no tries being scored in this first half. Just two penalties, one from Pollard and one from Dan Bigger, and then both also have missed one opportunity at goal as well. So let's quickly go and run through the team lineups. Warwick Galant playing really well at fullback. He's had a little bit of a niggle with the high balls a little bit, but when he got into the game, he's looked good. He looks like he wants to run the ball. He's putting a little few grubber kicks in behind, putting Wales under pressure as well, but maybe just keep that ball in hand a little bit more. Gertley Arendse nearly in for an early try here for South Africa, but since then, nothing really happening. He hasn't had plenty of opportunities and has done a lot of defending most of the time as well. So Jesse Kriel and Andre Esterhuizen defending truly really well, but on the attack not doing anything too much. A knock on here and there from Andre Esterhuizen has also put down the momentum a little bit for the Springboks as well. Then Apalile Fase on the left wing. He's done well under the high ball, and well, I don't know if he's playing out of position. Is left wing really his position to play in? We'll find out in a little bit, but so far nothing too much from the wingers or the fullback. And from this backline, Andre Pollard has had a couple of good runs. A couple of times he took to the advantage line and managed to break it. But apart from that, not too much happening for the Springbok side in the backline. Forwards-wise, Evan Roos, good start to his international career. He's definitely had the most carries so far and making the hard yards for the Boks. Pieter-Steph du Toit, really quiet so far to his standard, which was expected coming back from injury. Marcel Coetzee has taken up the ball pretty well as well, having a decent game so far. Marvin Orie and Eben Etzebeth really quiet throughout this first half. Trevor Nyakani also very quiet, with Joseph Ndweba having a really good game so far, and then Thomas du Toit also taking the ball up a couple of times and making some yardage. But apart from that, not a lot happening in this game. For Wales, Liam Williams have looked good. Lewis Rees-Zammit has hardly touched the ball. George North has been nowhere. He's been defensively strong, but on the attack, not much happening. Nick Tompkins taking that ball up most of the times here for Wales, as just trying to get over the advantage line most of the times, but not so much making an impact in this game. Alex Cuthbert leaving the field early, replaced by Josh Adams. We see Wales trying to go with the box kicks over the top, putting the pressure on the Springboks, and it's working for them at the moment because they are keeping South Africa pinned in their own half and not giving them the opportunity to really run with the ball as much. And then Kieran Hardy has been good along with Dan Bigger again. Forwards-wise, Talupi Falatau, Tommy Raffle has been big. Dan Lydiot has been around the park as well. Adam Beard and Will Rowlands have set it up nicely for him through the forwards. Dylan Lewis, Ryan Elias, and Gareth Thomas definitely standing up to the challenge from Trevor Nyakane and Thomas du Toit at the moment. Will we see a little bit more live from the Springboks? It's, like I said, a very physical encounter between the two sides with nothing really happening at the moment for the two sides as well. If we look at the bench to come, Malcolm Martin, Tuka Machuna, Vincent Kok, Ruan Orkia, Reinhard Elkstad, Dion Fourie, Grant Williams, and Damien Willemse. We need to bring on somebody that's going to provide us with the X factor. And I think Damien Willemse might just be that guy. Maybe bring him on at inside center or move him to, well, you can't really move him to the fullback because I would like to see Warwick Galant play a little bit longer. But it's going to be interesting. One spot where we could put Damien Willemse is in that inside channel. Andre Esterhuizen has not played really well today. We've seen free handling errors from both sides. Turnovers conceded 8-6. So plenty of turnovers at ruck time as well, and leading that to penalties as well. But all on the right spots of the field. Wales are under a warning inside their own 22. So expect South Africa to try and pin some pressure on them inside their own 22. Also coming on for Wales in that second half, Dewey Lake, Wyn Jones, Sam Wainwright, Alwyn Jones, Josh Navidi, Thomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, and Josh Adams well, Josh Adams already on the field, so still everybody else to come in this second half. But so far, nothing to really report back on as far as tries and opportunities, because both defensive have basically suffocated each other, conceding penalties and knock-ons here and there. So as far as a beautiful contest, it's definitely not one, but very physical indeed. So yeah, it's Stan says, I feel that 2 radical changes from last Saturday were made regarding the backline and the Welsh know it. Our inexperience in some cases are showing. And why is Jesse Kriel playing? Yeah, so not a lot happened so far for this backline of South Africa. Such a great attacking backline that we've got, but unable to really get going in this one. And hopefully we can do a lot better in the second half. But so far, it's like I said, anybody's game. And it doesn't look like any of the 2 teams really going to take the initiative to win this game, unless things can change here in the second half. 3-3 it is. I don't think any team really deserved to have the lead at this stage. Wales have had opportunities, South Africa's had opportunities, but really nobody really capitalizing on that chance has been given as well. So, yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. So 3-3 it is here, and expecting, well, hopefully not expecting more of the same in this second half. We've had 1,148 votes. 84% says the Springboks will win this game, while 13% says Wales will do it, and then 3% have got it for a draw. So, yeah, Brennan Williams says, give the lads a chance. They're just warming up, go Bokke, and then 2 penalties and a half is over, says Shark Brain. Maybe I should warm the throat a little bit more in the second half, and the Springboks will warm up as well a little bit more. So at the moment, it's 3-3 as we are going to get ready for the second half. But as far as a beautiful contest, it's definitely not happening at the moment. Hopefully we'll see somebody spark this second half to life, whether it be Wales or South Africa. At the end of the day, we just want to see a couple more tries in this game. I'm thanking everybody again for all the support so far. We've had around about 26,000 views already for this first half. So a lot better since last week. I know a lot of people knew that I was still under strike from YouTube. So I'm back now, and we can already see the difference in the views today. So thank you for all the support, and keep it coming. Press that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And you can also join the membership of the channel, supporting the channel to grow by starting as low as 20 Rand for the membership as well. Mursabar says, Guru, take one for the team. Net nog 'n enetjie. Yeah, so we'll warm up. We'll warm up during halftime and try and get the Springboks ready and running. I don't know if it's going to make any difference to their performance, but it is what it is. Shark Brain says Achilles left. That's how boring this first half has been, and it's been really no points, just 3 points each, and that really doesn't tell you much. Michael Coleman says, Guru, virtual background needs full stadium, not empty. Yeah, no, it's a full house at Bloemfontein. So I don't know if I'm allowed to put a full stadium in the background. You know, some people might recognize themselves and complain. You never know. Your Highness says, if we were playing the All Blacks, we would be 30 points behind already. Yeah, it's different situations for different games, you know. It's just one of those things. Jock McMillan says, can't afford to watch the game live, but you are the next best thing. Thanks, Jock. Really appreciate that comment as well. So Vincent Koch has come on to the field for the Springboks, as well as Malcolm Marx. So South Africa ringing on at changes for the start of the second half. Great work done by Joseph Ndweba. I think he had a really good game for the Springboks in that first half. Let's see what Dr. Marx will bring to the occasion today. Right, so the Springboks to kick this game off for the second half from right to left as we get ready for the next 40 minutes. And hopefully we will see plenty of tries here in the second half. Oh, no, wait. It's not going to start just yet. Angus Gardner can't hear his teammates on the left side of the field. So just fixing that up quickly. And we will get this game back underway. Vincent Koch on, as well as Malcolm Marks. Trevor Nyakani off, as well as Joseph Ndweba. Can't wait to see the likes of Ruan Orkia and also Dion Fourie to still come on, and then Duka Machuna. What an honor that would be. Here we go for the second half, guys. As we get a kick deep in from Andre Pollard, taken by Wales and kicked downfield as well. Into touch it goes. And it's going to be a line-out roundabout on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Also on the field, Thomas Williams in the place of Kieran Hardy for Wales. Will we see plenty of tries here in the second half? Hopefully. Malcolm Marks with the first throw into the second half. Taking his time with his throw and finds Eben Etzebeth, and the driving maul set up by the Springboks now. Can they start to get this moving forward? It is static at the moment from the Springboks right on the right-hand side of the field, as Jaden Hendrickse will have to get this one out for the Springboks. Slowly but surely getting it out now. It's taken up by Andre Esterhuis and supported by Ian van Roos just up over the 10-meter line here, as Jaden Hendrickse now waiting for it. Gets it out to Vincent Koch. Vincent Koch just sets it up just up over the 10-meter line inside Springboks territory. Jaden Hendrickse, slow ball coming back for the box. Goes with the box kick over the top. Chase coming from Kurtley Arendse this time round. And it's going to be one back by Wales here. Knock on from Evan Etzebeth. Liam Williams gets the pass out to Thomas Williams now. They're trying to run this from just outside their own 22. Dan Bigger takes it up for them. About 5 meters outside of the 22 now is Wales inside their own half. Adam Beard tackled by Ian van Roos. He needs to roll away, which he does. So Thomas Williams now just waiting for this ball to come out. Looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top as well here for Wales. Goes for it. And here comes the chase again from Josh Adams, but beautifully taken by Andre Pollard this time now. Jaden Hendrickse. Back it comes now to Malcolm Marks. Sets it up between the 10 and the halfway line now. Warwick Galant out to Eben Etzebeth. Eben Etzebeth up to the 10-meter line, brought down. Now Jaden Hendrickse comes back again now. Malcolm Marks. Andre Pollard straightening the line. Gets up to between the 10 and the 22-meter line. But it's beautifully snatched by Wales there. But it's going to be a penalty to the box anyway. So a chance now for the Boks to take the lead into this game for the very first time, as it looked really good from Andre Pollard, that breakaway from him. But infringement from Wales, and a chance now for the Springboks to take the lead in this first game. In the second test, sorry. For the first time in this game, they could be leading this game. So I'm not quite sure what was wrong with the attempt there from Will Rowlands. I think it was a pretty decent attempt to steal that ball on the ground. And the Springboks very lucky to get that penalty instead. Three minutes into the second half here. 5 penalties conceded by both teams at the moment. Yeah, it's not yet inside the 22, Mursabas. So I'm expecting if they do concede closer inside the 22, we will see a yellow card come. But for now, it's going to be a penalty to the Boks. They're going to have a shot at goal here. And Andre Pollard will attempt roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line in the middle of the field. So it should be a gimme, really, for Andre Pollard here. South Africa could take the lead for the very first time in this game. 3 minutes played in the second half. Mursabas says, here comes the bomb squad. So Malcolm Marks is on the field as well as Vincent Koch. We will see a couple of debutants off the bench here today with the likes of Ntuka Machuna Ruan Orkia and Dion Fourie as well. The kick from Andre Pollard, sweetly struck, and the Boks are into the lead by 6 points to 3 here. And for the very first time in this game, the Springboks lead this game. So 6 points to 3, the Boks leading this game, and much better. Let's keep it coming. The restart from Dan Bigger now. Collected by Peter Sleftertway just outside the 22 of the Boks. A really good take from him. Jaden Hendrickson now gets it out to Vincent Koch. Vincent Koch sets it up about 5 meters outside of the 22 of the Springboks here. Jaden Hendrickson just waiting. Looking to go for the box kick over the top. Again, not the greatest of kick from Jaden Hendrickson. But it is going to come back to the side of the Springboks, but a penalty to Wales then. Offside by the Springboks from that kick. Thomas Ditway in front of the kicker. So, yeah, it is what it is. Nir says, nice to see you not drunk, Guru. I've never been drunk. Come on, guys. So, a penalty attempt now coming from Wales again, trying to level up the scoreboard again. Just about 5 meters inside the 10-meter line of the Springboks. So a reasonable, easy kick coming up for Dan Bigger. Brennan says it sucks when discipline results in all the points, and that is the case here so far. But it's, like I said, very physical between the two sides at the moment. So, yeah, I didn't expect this. I thought that the youngsters will really have a bigger go at this Wales side, but it's just never got going throughout this game. 5 minutes into the second half. Dan Bigger with the penalty attempt, and that one is going to go to the right of the post. So points dropped by Wales again, which means they've now dropped 6 points in this game through the boot of Dan Bigger. Mr. Guru's not at 1300. He's a full-blooded Jaguar, proper Ferrari. Right, so the kick downfield from the box taken by Dan Bigger, who goes up high into the air here. It's taken by Andre Pollard. Fends off Thomas Williams. Now looking to run sideways just outside the 22 is Andre Pollard. Now sets it up for the box just outside the 22. Comes back to Malcolm Marks. Inside their own half is South Africa. Malcolm Marks just sets it up nicely. Jaden Hendrickson again now looking to go for the box kick over the top. The chase coming from Etzebeth as well as Apalile Fassi now. But it's way too deep. Liam Williams managing to get that ball. Gets the pass out to Lewis Rees-Zammit now. But a knock on from Wales. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Springboks. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. And a scrum to the Springboks on the 10-meter line of Wales, about 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. A chance now for the Boks. 6 points to 3 they lead at the moment. So can the Springboks do this now, as they've got a great opportunity early on in the second half to get the first try of this game. We've had 3 penalties in this game, 2 from South Africa and 1 from Wales so far, with Andre Pollard also missing 1 and Dan Bigger now missing 2. Scrum down to the Springboks about 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. It's Jaden Hendrickson to feed it on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. Oh, but it's going to be a penalty to Wales there. And not quite sure what that call is from Angus Gardner, but he's penalised Vincent Koch there. And discipline letting the Boks down yet again there. Dan Bigger now to kick this downfield for Wales. And he will find touch round about 5 meters outside of the 22. Chance now for Wales to get on the attack here. So an opportunity wasted for South Africa. But the good news is that we've got 2 new debutants onto the field here. And it's Dion Fourie as well as Ntuka Machuna who comes onto the field here. Right, Ryan Elias with the throw-in, finds Will Rowlands now in a maul set up by Wells. Thomas Williams now gets it out to Nick Tompkins, trying to get over the advantage line, comes back now, it's George North. Oh, thumped back in the tackle there was Liam Williams, comes back Nick Tompkins now, just outside the 22 now. Comes George North again now, it's Will Rowlands setting it up just outside the 22 of the box, but a penalty to the Springboks holding on there, and Malcolm Marks wins the penalty on the ground. Great work from Malcolm Marks. So the replacements on the field is Dion Fourie in the place of Evan Roos, and then also Ntuka Machuda on in the place of the loose head prop there, Thomas du Toit. The kick downfield from the Springboks going to find touch right on the 22-meter line of Wales, and a good attacking opportunity now for the Boks. Here's an opportunity now again for the Springboks. Don't waste it again. 10 minutes into the second half here, 6 points to 3. The Springboks leading this one, and I'm a little bit disappointed that they replaced Evan Roos for Dion Fourie. I would have rather brought on him in the place of Marcel Coetzee, but either way, whatever works for you, Mr. Jock Nienaber. The line out stolen from Wales now, and another opportunity goes begging for the Boks, or have it. No, they've managed to get this ball back somehow. Is the Springboks here right on the 22-meter line. Ball needs to come out from Jaden Hendrickson. Now it comes out into the hands of Andre Esterhuizen, straightening the line beautifully. There was South Africa. Malcolm Marks now up over the 22-meter line. A penalty advantage to the Springboks now. And Jaden Hendrickson is going to get it out. Andre Pollard back on the inside to Pieter-Steph du Toit now. Just about 10 meters out from the try line is the Springboks now. Chance now. Andre Pollard tries to put in a little stab through, but Wales have read it well. And we're going to come back for the penalty now to the Springboks. 10 minutes into the second half. So South Africa can now try and extend the lead here to 9 points now. Offside by Wales. And a chance now for the Springboks to go into a 9 points to 3 lead here. Tommy Reffel stayed down for Wales. We will be receiving some attention. Etzebeth also receiving some attention now. So South Africa are going to take the 3 points and try and extend this lead. Maybe the right thing to do at this stage of the game. Stan Paulson says, "Gooi hom so lank, Boeta." Yeah, it has been refilled. So there we go. It's 29 minutes to go in this one. And still anybody's game, regardless of this penalty now. Andre Pollard from right in the middle of the field, just inside the 22 here, will surely extend this lead now to 9 points to 3. Easy kick coming up for him, and really should be a gimme here for Andre Pollard. Right in front, gets it over, so 9 points to 3 it is here to the Springboks. And we have got 6 unanswered points so far in the second half, after about 12 minutes played in the second half as well. Right, can we get this going for the Boks now? We still need the first try of the game. 9 points to 3, the Boks leading this one. Very physical indeed, this game. Nick Tompkins, it's Anchcom who's on the field for Dan Bigger. Gets the kickoff deep inside. Dion Fourie now. Dion Fourie nearly breaking the first line of defense there, up to the 22-meter line. Jaden Hendrickson waiting for it still. As he's had a pretty decent game controlling this one. It goes to the box kick over the top. Kurtley Arends chasing after this one. But it comes back to the Springbok side, and brilliant. Andre Pollard with a kick downfield, looking for the 50-22. That ball is going to roll. No, it's not going to find touch into the hands of Nick Tompkins. Gets it out to Louis Rees-Zammit. Lewis Rees-Zammit needs to clear it quickly. Not going to find touch in the hands of Warwick Galant now. On a 10-meter line inside Wales territory. He's brought down. So Jaden Hendricks are now waiting for this one to come out again. Working it through the forwards as Edsam takes up over the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. Jaden Hendricks down to Kamatuna. Warwick Galant again back on inside to Jesse Krill. Jesse Krill sets it up between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Jaden Hendricks again now back to Malcolm Marks. Malcolm Marks puts his head down. Now penalty advantage coming South Africa's side away again. Now Henry Pollard out wide. They go to Dion Fourie. Dion Fourie beats the first line of defense up just short of the 22 now between the 10 and the 22-meter line. It is now Reinhard Elkstad, I think, who's also on the field now. Here they come, Warwick Galant again. Vincent Koch brought down just outside. Hendricks with a chip kick or a grubber kick, whatever you want to call it. But charged down by Wales, and we're coming back for yet another penalty to the Springboks. 14 minutes played in the second half, and South Africa will look to try and extend the lead. Should really have gone for the little grubber kick there. But either way, Andre Pollard now down at the moment for the Springboks as well. So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do here. 9 points to 3 at the moment, leading this game. So probably have to take the 3 points to extend the lead to 9 points as well. Sharkbrain says the highlights on the game is going to be weird. Only 4 penalties, no tries. Renier van Onsland says ons ken daai fluit in die agtergrond. Johannes says, ach no, you're frozen here for a bit, Bruce. So yeah, we are back. It looks like we are fine at the moment. So we are going to continue. 9 points to 3 it is at the moment. Musabar says, Pollard controlling this game marvelously. Let's build the innings. Finding South Africa doing what Australia and New Zealand couldn't do in the early minutes of the second half. Dean says 1 brandy, 2 brandy, 3 brandy floor. Good job so far, South Africa. So they are going to have a shot at goal here. Round about between the 22 and the 10-meter line, about 20 meters out from the left-hand touch line. So let's see if Pollard can extend the lead to 9 points in this game. Not too bad so far. 14 minutes played in the second half and 9 points taken if he gets the penalty over. Right, Joseph Algas says ek het op 'n keer so verdwaal op die hoofweg vanaf Pretoria op pad Kaapstad toe. Ek het 2 keer in Bloemfontein opgeëindig. Some Slayers says extend to 12 points. So let's see what Andre Pollard can do with this kick. And what? No, he's missed it. It's to the left of the post. So 3 points goes a begging. So both teams have now dropped 6 points in this game. It's still a 9 points to 6 game. And yeah, it's not great. It's not pretty, but at least the Boks are leading. 9 points to 3 at the moment. The restart from Wales, taken by Andre Pollard on the halfway line. Now Warwick Galant tries to set up just inside the half of Wales. Comes back now, Andre Pollard again. Andre Esterhazen just taking 2 defenders with him. Now Dion Fourie. Dion Fourie tackled by Alwyn Jones is also on the field. Wyn Jones also on the field for Wales. Just inside Wales territory now. Jaden Hendricks is going with another box kick over the top. The chase coming from Apalile Fassi as well. And it's going to be beautifully taken by Apalile Fassi just outside the 22. Now Jaden Hendricks, Andre Pollard, back to Warwick Galant, gets the pass out to Jesse Krill. Now Peter Steff the Tway. Peter Steff the Tway gets the pass back inside to Katiosa. Karis is running it up to about 5 meters out now. Big ball from the box though, but it's been stolen by Wales. And could be a professional foul as well, which is the case here. So a yellow card is going to come here for Wales. Let's see what the call will be. Yellow card it is to Alwyn Jones. And, well, Wales not happy with it at all. Who got the yellow card? Is it Josh Adams or Alun Jones? But the yellow card has been given to Wales, 5 meters out from their try line. They were warned in the first half by the referees. So South Africa kicking this ball to the corner, setting up the line out 5 meters out from the try line. Alun Jones have gone to the bin. He's refusing to leave the field, it seems. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I don't know what was wrong with that, to be quite honest. But Alun Jones gets the marching orders anyway. Right, South Africa now. Marvin Wuri has taken that ball from the line out. Here comes the driving ball from the Springboks now. Can we get the try? It's controlled at the back by Malcolm Marx now, starting to move forward as the Springboks now. Just 2 meters out, penalty advantage coming again. Jaden Hendrickson now gets it out. Oh, sloppy pass. Now Warwick Kalant now. Warwick Kalant into space here, gets the ball. The pass not good to Apalila Fassi. But we will be coming back for the penalty to the box. He outsprinted them on sideways, but just couldn't get the little half gap and the pass to Apalila Fassi. So another penalty to the box now, and Andre Pollard has signaled to have gone for goal here. So Andre Pollard right in front this time, shouldn't miss this one at all. So for the second week in a row, Alun Jones just on the field, conceding the penalty and getting the yellow card, which was a little bit harsh. So Musabar says, change that score now, Mr. Guru. So, yeah, it should be a gimme really for Andre Pollard. It should be 12 points to 3 after this kick now. Right in front, shouldn't be a problem. And Andre Pollard now lining this one up. And he gets it over. So 12 points to 3. The Springboks now lead with about 21 minutes to go in this second half here. A 9-point lead to the Springboks. No tries, just penalties in this game. And it's not pretty, but it is working for the Boks at the moment. So Alun Jones not happy with the referee decision there, as he got yellow carded for an infringement that did look a little bit suspicious there. Right, the restart then from Wales, taken by Jaden Hendricks, and he's going to kick it downfield. And he will find that roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside South Africa's half. Not getting the distance there. Ruan Norkia making his test debut as well. Onto the field he comes in the place of Marvin Wuri. And what a moment for the Bulls player, Ruan Norkia. Got the Iron Man award for playing the most minutes in the URC this season. So a great effort for him to be part of the Springboks lineup as well. The throw in the lineout not straight, and it's going to be a Springbok scrum down here, as Dewey Lake just on the field, not getting that ball in straight, and everything now starting to go against Wales, it seems. Can South Africa now start to pick up the momentum here? 12 points to 3 at the moment. 9-point lead here for the Boks. And given that this is a team and Wales saying that we've disrespected them by making all these changes, if we pull this win off, then I wonder what they're going to say about it. 20 minutes to go. Sim Slayer says Ruan Norkia is on, and one slip up by the Boks and they will be right back in the game, says Your Highness. Mursabar says, I don't care for tries, I'll take 1-point win as well, which is true. At the end of the day, we need to win the game. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it's effective. Jaden Hendricks controlling that ball is Tion Fourie at the back. Now it spills out, penalty advantage coming now. Andre Pollard, out it goes now to Warwick Kalant. Warwick Kalant back, gets the pass out to Apalila Fassi, who kicks it downfield. The chase now coming. I think that's a little bit overcooked, as that ball is going to bounce and roll over the leg ball line. We are going to come back for a scrum down to Wales all the way back then, roundabout on the 10-meter line. Well, in fact, I think we're coming back for a penalty to the We're coming back for the penalty to the Springboks, roundabout inside the Springboks half on the 10-meter line. Big scrum there from Ntuka Machuna, winning that battle against Dylan Lewis. Massive scrum from him, winning that one. Johannes says, what, like last week? Yeah, man, we need to put the boot to their necks and not let go. Right, Andre Esterhuizen to kick this ball downfield. So maybe he's got a bigger boot on him than Andre Pollard. And he finds touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside Wales territory. Not the greatest of games from Andre Esterhuizen today, but he's not done much wrong as well. So we'll give or take that. 11 penalties from Wales in this game. Way too much. Eben Etzebeth now takes that line up, sets up the driving ball for the Springboks. Roundabout on the 10-meter line here inside Wales territory. The Boks now starting to move forward. Here comes the driving ball, but it's going to be a penalty against the Boks. Changing the lanes there at maul time, and it's going to be a penalty to Wales. Oh dear, 17 minutes to go in this game. Obstruction from the Springboks. Moerseba sê, Guru, val jou glas, man. Lanklaas enetjie gevat. Let's see. There we go. 12 points to 3 with 17 minutes to go. Springboks are driving me to this now. Just so unnecessary from the Springboks to give away another penalty there when they are in the driving seat here. So penalty to Wales. They found touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Springboks at the moment. As Dewey Lake throws it in, Evans won that ball, but straight into touch. So it will be another line out here to Wales between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Springboks. Can the Boks stop this Wales side now? We don't want them to score the first try in this game. So Dewey Lake now with a throw into this lineup. He's going to find Adam Beard this time. They set up the driving ball, but it's not thrown in straight. And it will be a scrum down to the Springboks again. 16 minutes to go. Brendan Williams says, played in much more worse. So it's not been a pretty game, but it's, like I say, effective at the moment for the Springboks. Moerseba says, give more likes. 1,000 ladies listening to Mr. Guru, only 60 likes. So we've got about 242 likes at the moment. Let's get it to 300 if we can. Press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're not new, just press that like button. Right, scrum the Springboks from that skew throw from Dewey Lake. So Jaden Hendrickson now to feed this ball for the Springboks. Solid scrum from the Springboks this time round and controlled beautifully at the back as the scrum goes down again. The ref says play on. Jaden Hendrickson gets it up. Now Andre Pollard, Kurtley Arendse on the 10-meter line brought down by George North. Good defense from Wales on this occasion. And it's going to be a penalty to Wales again. Holding on by Kurtley Arendse this time round. And the chance now for Wales to get back into this game. Do they go for the 3 points or do they attack the line here? Decision time for Anscombe here as Dan Bigger, the captain, has left the field. And Alwyn Jones is in the bin. So play it down at the moment here for Wales anyway. So he's just receiving some attention as well. Right, so refill is up and yeah, just waiting to see what Wales decide to do here. Brendan Williams asked, do Wales look depleted, Guru? Not at all. They're defending like Trojan horses at the moment, but they have one player down at the moment. Just a bit of breather space here for them, as it's Dylan Lewis who stayed down for this one. Lorena says, druk die knoppie, manne, druk die knoppie, druk die like knoppie. So Murtabas says, like the play of the Giant today. So Wales definitely not out of this game by no means at the moment. They do not look depleted as was asked. So they're still very much in this, and a chance now for them to either draw back 3 points or set up an attacking lineup. We'll have to wait and see what the decision is from them. Fermented apple juice, Guru, something like that. Yeah, Penguin asks, is Jones still off? Yes, so he's still off at the moment. Curtly Arendse today, 4 carries, 52 meters made, 1 defender beaten, 4 gain line success, and 4 tackles made. So decent debut for Curtly Arendse. So Wales have decided to go for the kick at goal here, and Anscombe will try and reduce the deficit to 6 points. Runabout on the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half, about 25 meters infield. So Anscombe now lining this one up. Can he get the 3 points for Wales? They've left 6 already behind today. That kick from Wales is good. So it's 12 points to 6 here. It's a 6-point game between the two sides, with 13 and a half minutes to go. Anybody's game at the moment. And Alwyn Jones now back on the field as well. Brandon Slater says, we are our own worst enemies. Our discipline is killing our momentum. We need to score tries. Mustafa says, okay, Guru, bye for now. Right, so 13 minutes to go as Thomas Williams controlling that ball. It's out, says, oh no, it's not out, says it's a bit penalty to Wales, and just rushing there, giving away an unnecessary penalty there is Yebenetsevet. So unnecessary. After pinning Wales inside the 22, giving away a silly penalty and allowing them to set up a lineup inside our half, that is just ludicrous. It's not what we want to see. Anscombe now to kick this downfield for Wales, and he's going to find touch right out on the 10-meter line inside the Springbok territory. Matthew Dagger asked Guru, what stadium you're sitting at? So I'm sitting at the Bloemfontein Stadium in the background, but obviously filled up to the highest amount of players or spectators allowed there. So 46,000 people at the stadium today. Willemse now on for Apalila Fassi with 12 minutes to go in this game. 12 minutes to go. Dewey Lake with a throw into this lineup. And it's going to be taken. Oh, it's overthrown at the top. And Malcolm Marks managed to pick it up. Up over the halfway line goes Malcolm Marks now. But the referee is calling them back for a penalty. Penalty to Wales. And the Springbok discipline is letting themselves down at the moment. Disappointing from the Springboks. Etzebeth giving away 2 penalties in a row. And a chance now for, Anscombe is going to have a shot at goal here. I don't think that's the right decision at this time of the game. On a 10-meter line inside South Africa's half, they opt to go for the kick at goal, where they could have kicked this to the corner and attacked and tried to get the lead in this game. Instead, they're opting to go for the 3 points, which will mean that they will still trail by 3 points. So, it's not the way it was supposed to go. But let's see what Wales have got up their sleeve here. Sami Souza says, Guru is like Kiwi Lads and PKR Sports. He can be anywhere, anytime without ever leaving home. Absolutely. Brendan Williams says, this ref is all right. Yeah, the referee had a very good game today. I think he was really good so far up until this point. Anscombe now with the penalty attempt here with about 10 minutes to go in this test match. And Wales are looking to reduce the deficit to 3 points here. He's hit it, and it's gone to the left of the post. So again, I think the decision from Wales to go for goal was not the right one. So with 10 minutes to go, 12 points to 6 it is at the moment. And a 22-meter restart now for the Springboks. Andre Pollard to get us back underway. High hanging kickoff from him, putting the South Africans right up there with Wales. But Wales have managed to get it on the 10-meter line. Here they come through Alwyn Jones now. Just setting up. Thomas Williams waiting, getting it out to Anscombe. Now Nick Tompkins back on the inside to Josh Adams. Gets it back to Nick Tompkins. Now George North. Here's a chance for Wales as they move it to Lewis Rees-Sam. It cuts back inside. Running sideways. Gets the pass out to Dewey Lake. Just setting it up over the 10-meter line here for the box. Thomas Williams again. Now Anscombe. Taken up by the Welsh team now. They're making a bit of headway now. Anscombe trying hard. Just up over the 10-meter line they go. Wyn Jones now gets the pass out to Nick Tompkins. Nick Tompkins back to Dewey Lake again. Just inside South Africa's half on the 10-meter line here. Now it's George North beating Peter Steph-Tutway on the outside. Gets it back inside after the pass from Gareth Anscombe. Now Thomas Williams sets it up again. Alwyn Jones puts his head down between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Now it's Nick Tompkins again, knock on by Wales. Here's a counter-attack opportunity for South Africa. Warwick Kalan kicks it downfield. Here comes the chase now. It is chasing after it is Warwick Kalan here, but it's going to be back for it is Liam Williams. Doing really well, stepping past Warwick Kalan. Cuts back inside. He's about 10 meters out from his own try line. In the middle of the field, here's Wales. Thomas Williams gets it back to Anscombe, who's going to put it on the boot. And he's not going to find that touch here up. It's now a chance here for Damian Willems, tackled by Anscombe beautifully between the 10 and the halfway line. Inside Wales territory now. Vincent Koch taking it up between the 10 and the 22-meter line of Wales. Jaden Hendrickson now gets it back now. It's Renard Elkstad who sets it up for the box. Slow ball coming back for Jaden Hendrickson now. Comes back to Ruan Orkia. Ruan Orkia sets it up as well between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Now Andre Pollard going for a little cross kick. Didn't work out the way he planned it. Falataus managed to pick it up on the halfway line now for Wales. Comes back to the side of Nick Tompkins, who's had a massive game for Wales here today. He takes it up to the 10-meter line inside South Africa's territory now. Thomas Williams now with the pass out to Adam Beard. Now Josh Adams. Josh Adams sets it up just between the 10 and the 22 of the Springboks now. Wyn Jones. He's brought down. And now Thomas Williams again beating Tukamatuna. Now through the back door it goes sloppy from Wales. Nick Tompkins having to pick that up behind the halfway line again. Out to Lewis Rees-Sam. He steps back inside, puts the little kick in behind. But it's taken, or it's not taken by Willems. He scrambles it, but gets it eventually and gets the kick away to round about between the 10 and the 22 of the Springboks. Pressure coming from Wales now. Sharkbrain says the highlights are going to be very boring to watch. No tries in this game. 12 points to 6 it is. And, well, I don't want to jinx this or in any way, but if Wales score this try, they're going to lead by 13 to 12. We don't want that at all. So it's a line out here to Wales between the 10 and the 22 of the box. And they have looked really dangerous in this last couple of plays. So don't be surprised if Wales hit back here with a try. The kick from Andre Pollard wasn't the greatest of kicks. I don't know what he was thinking there. But it definitely set up things here for Wales to get on to the attacking mode here. As Andre Pollard has left the field now, Grant Williams on the field in the place of Pollard, which I probably will think Damian Willems will move to the fly-off position with Grant Williams maybe moving to the wing and one of the Kurtley Arons, somebody moving out to the back. We've got 6 minutes to go in this game. And the line out again, sloppy from Wales, and they've lost it. It will be a scrum down to the Springboks. So fortunate there for the Boks as the line out going astray for Wales. So scrum down between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside South Africa's half, about 20 meters from the left-hand touch line. Scrum down to the box. Can they hold on here? 6 handling errors from Wales and 3 from the box in this game. Possession 56 to the box, 44 to Wales, as well as, let's just see the territory stats as well. So no, we're not going to see that. So 111 tackles made by Wales to the 71 of the box so far. 12 points to 6 it is at the moment. 5 minutes to go in this game. It's a 6-point difference between the two sides, and anything can still happen in this one. This one is going down to the wire yet again. Will the Boks be able to hold on? It's just not, it's exactly what happened here. They didn't gel together with quality players, but unfortunately, the inexperience of these players just unfortunately not able to get together today. A big scrum here from the Boks, but it's going to be a penalty against the Springboks here, and not quite sure what the call is for there, but it's Ntuka Machuna who gets penalized, and I think it's for driving inwards there. So illegal scrummaging, and a chance now for Wales to set up a line out deep inside the 22 of the Springboks. Anscombe going for the corner, and he's going to find touch 5 meters outside of the Boks try line. 4 minutes to go in this game. Will Wales snatch this game? So unfortunate there, driving inwards from Ntuka Machuna, and now Wales 5 meters out from the Boks try line. With 4 minutes to go, it's a 6 points difference. And the team that wants it the most will win it today. And it looks like it is going to be Wales. Dewey Lake with a throw into this lineup, secured by Adam Beard. And here's the driving maul set up by Wales now, starting to move forward. Is there a penalty advantage to them as well? The advantage to Wales here, sacking that maul. Thomas Williams waiting for it, 5 meters out. It's Alwyn Jones who sets it up 5 meters out from the try line, about 10 meters from the right-hand touch line. Still comes Wales now. Remember, they do have the penalty advantage here. So all go. Wyn Jones, pick up and go. Still they come now. Pick up and go again from them. Just setting it up 5 meters outside of the Springboks try line. Can the Springbok defense hold on here? 7 phases already. Another pick up and go from Wales, 4 meters out from the try line. They're moving towards the try post here. So an easy conversion if they can get it. Oh, long cut pass. Here comes the try to them. It's going to be Josh Adams in the corner. And it's 12 points to 11 to and the Boks still leading by a single digit. The conversion to come with 2.5 minutes to play in this game. A massive kick coming up for Anscombe. It's going to be right on the left-hand corner here. And not an easy conversion coming up for him. But it looks like Wales have just snatched this game. Josh Adams over in the corner for Wales. And Anscombe now with probably the biggest kick of his career, as Wales have never beaten South Africa in South Africa. And this will be the opportunity for them. 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes to go. He's going to take his time with this conversion for sure. The New Zealand-born Gareth Anscombe to win this game for Wales, surely. 12 points to 11 with 1.5 minutes to go. There should be around a minute left after this conversion. Anscombe lining this one up. Can he get it over for them? 12 points to 11 it is. And this conversion to come right from the left-hand corner. And he struck it cold. It's a beautiful kick from Anscombe. And it's 13 points to 12 with 1 minute to go in this game. Can South Africa come back with 1 minute to play? Or will we get a final test match next weekend to decide this one? 13 points to 12 it is. And incredible feat from Wales in this game. The kickoff, it's been knocked on by Wales here. And it's going to be a scrum down to South Africa between the 22 and the 10-meter line, right about in the middle of the field here. 13 points to 12. Wales leading this test match. And with 30 seconds to go, can South Africa milk a penalty from the scrum? A lot has been asked here from the Springboks and from these young guys. Vincent Kok, Ntuka Machuna, Malcolm Marks. Can they anchor the scrum and get a penalty from the scrum down? 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds to go. This will be the last scrum of the game. 13 points to 12, Wales leading South Africa. But it's a scrum down to the box between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Winner takes all in this one. There can be no draw in this one. Jaden Hendrickson out to feed this one in for the Springboks. Big scrum needed from the box. It's solid from Wales as well. So no scrum penalty is going to come from this one, surely. Oh, here they come for the big shove from the box. But the ball needs to come out. Now it's Andre Esterhuizen. He's going to set it up about 5 meters outside of the 22 now. Jaden Hendrickson again gets it out to Willemse. Willemse trying to run around. Now it's taken up by Grant Williams. Just up over the 22-meter line here. And it's going to come back for the box anyway. Now it's Reinhard Elkstad right on the 22-meter line. Jaden Hendrickson again. Out they go. Oh, it's been knocked on by the box, and it's going to be a victory for Wales. Their first ever victory here in South Africa. It's, let's just see, have the referee blown on the whistle here. Has he blown the whistle? In fact, he has 13 points to 12 victory for Wales today over the Springboks. And we are going to go to a final game next week to decide this test series. A massive victory for Wales here in Bloemfontein. And unfortunately, the youngsters of the Boks couldn't do it today. Won't take too much out of this experienced game from these youngsters. And they can only learn from this. It's not as if we picked our strongest side for this game. But again, a 13-12 victory for Wales. Well deserved in the end. And I'm sure the Boks will come out firing in that third test next week and win the series. So 13-12, Wales wins South Africa. Well deserved at the end. They played the footy and got away with the victory. So unfortunately, at the end of the day, the youngsters couldn't pull it off. The new caps were too many. And the experience of this Wales side just managed to pull it off. What a weekend this has been, dominated by the Northern Hemisphere. I will see you guys next week for the remaining games. It's going to be the All Blacks against Ireland to decide the Test series, England against Australia to decide the Test series, and Wales against the Boks to decide the Test series. So it's going to be a massive weekend next week. But until then, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and congratulations to Wales. Until next time, cheers for now.